for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Expose. 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 Drama alert! There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11. Vagina. Hey guys, it's scarce here. Lots of news today, lots of exposure, and double upload. Expose. 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 Expose.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was gonna write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scarce here, and so from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories!
Expose, 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 expose. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Expose, 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 expose. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you. Expose, 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 expose. It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Expose. 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 Hashtag drama alert. There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11. Vagina. Hey guys, it's Scarce here. Lots of news today, lots of exposure, and double upload. Expose. 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 You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Expose, 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 expose. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was gonna write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scarce here, and so from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories!
Expose, expose, expose. exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Ah, expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Exposed. 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 Ah. Exposed. 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 Hashtag drama alert. There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11. Vaginas. Hey guys, it's scarce here. Lots of news today. Lots of exposure. And double upload. Exposed. 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 You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm gonna expose you. Expose you. Oh my god, expose you.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was going to write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here, and so from now on, I am going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories.
Exposed. 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 You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm gonna expose you. Expose you. Oh my god, expose you. Exposed. 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 It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Ah, exposed. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Exposed. 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 Ah. Exposed. 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 Hashtag drama alert. There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11. Vaginas. Hey guys, it's scarce here. Lots of news today. Lots of exposure. And double upload. Exposed. 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 Exposed.
Billy Mays here, and I have a fantastic ad. What's up, everybody? I am going to get the chat working again. I don't know. I had to reinstall OBS, and I had this go-to video that I had that had the CSS code. You literally copied and pasted it, and that's how the chat was up
What
on
is
the
up,
screen.
ladies and gentlemen?
It was
I am
really.
just-
I looked through a
I
billion
am
different
completely
tutorials. Some
pissed.
tried
I
to
was
get
gonna
you
write
to
a
sign
script
up
for
for
this
shady
video.
shit.
Why am
Some
I
tried to.
still getting
I don't
hate?
even
Hey,
know.
what's up, guys, it's Scares here,
And
so
this
from
one
now
just
on,
worked.
I'm going to
And I had it
report
saved.
the
I know the
news.
music's
Let's
still
go
on. I
inside
know
the
it's still on.
stories.
Man, you guys, I just got here. Hi. Hello, everybody. Can we have some like dramatic where the music slowly goes away over time? I gotta get like a mixer button for that. But we got Dead Eye with Popadoodle Doo. How are you? Thoughts on Apple now scanning photos for CP Online device before uploading it to iCloud in iOS 15? It's sent. Oh God, no. We'll look into it. We'll actually read on that. Let's take a look here. Apple scanning. I heard about this a couple times. See, this is the shit I'm talking about, Jay. I was having a discussion with my editor today, and I feel very pigeonholed. Apple confirms. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is something that 2015 Rich would have been all over. 2021 Rich can't talk about this. We'll get into that in a minute. We'll wait for some more people to get here. I also hear that David Pakman is supposedly... He is another one that's like a left-wing shill. You want to know a left-wing shill is... I've thought this for fucking years, is David Pakman. He begs more than the quartering does. And that's saying something. I'm just keeping it real. So now I'm confused. If you get the vaccine, you could still spread the virus. So what's the point of going backwards for the unvaxxed? Well, because if you get the vaccine, it's almost 100% chance that you won't die. That's a pretty good... I know you're not saying not to get the vaccine, I believe. But yeah, it would be... I wouldn't be pleased if I got it, never had symptoms, and passed it on to someone else. But here's something else that you could... Let's imagine there's a world where people weren't making the vaccine into something political, which, keep in mind, I am not pro-pharma. I am not pro-pharma, big pharma by any means. There's a big one that I'll use. As a matter of fact, I think they're really fucking terrible and will try to get you addicted to something or force you... Like, they don't sell cures. And again, I'm not anti-medication by any stretch of the imagination. They sell you something you have to be on for the rest of your life. Oh, you have high cholesterol? Guess you got to take this. Oh, you're depressed? Guess you got to take this. But I always use a saying, and I will repeat this 70,000 fucking times. I probably already said it more than 70,000 times. And it's a comedian that was on Joe Rogan. Just because medicines are overprescribed doesn't mean they shouldn't be prescribed at all. I don't really know, like, that was the... I'm like, damn, that is the perfect way to word it. Thoughts on a $2 million super... I think there's definitely some... Oh, yeah. Is it the same company? I saw something in passing today. Speaking of which, I actually went to go... I drove to go take my kids to Playland. It's a place in New York. And I said to... I had family that was like, oh, come on, just take them. It's going to be fun. I'm like, but it's crowded there. And I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of people there. I don't know if the people are vaxxed. And they're going to be touching rides. And little kids, my children, don't think. And they just put their hands... We go there, and it's like... the line is like... Actually, the line wasn't even that bad. But inside, it was like wall-to-wall people. I'm like, no. I said, look, I wanted to go. I had full intentions, but I'm not letting my kids just go around here unvaxxed. No way. You know? Yeah, it's Diet Dr. Pepper. It's a good mix of... And it's less caffeine than if I had coffee. So I'm like, I'll do that. So yeah, there's something shady going on, Digipimp. I saw that in passing. I may talk about that tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Thank you for reminding me of that. That's actually a good story that I want to talk about. Let me look that up over here. See, that's the thing that pisses me off, man, is that There's so many stories that I want to cover, and in 2015 I could have covered them without hesitation. I can't cover them now. Is Pakman worse than Door? No, his grift is different. It's still a grift. He's still, like, he will take any sponsor that comes his fucking way, it seems like, and I've always thought that. As a matter of fact, I remember unsubbing from Pakman back in like 2016 because like it felt like every fucking day he was having another video where he was begging for shit. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. Like, you did this. I said, I'm more understanding. I'm a YouTuber too. I get it. But imagine if every single video for like the first 2 minutes, and there was 5 videos in a row, I was begging you guys to like support me on Patreon in every single video for the first 2 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Is Disneyland in October? Dude, I don't know. Dude, if the numbers keep going up, and like I was saying before, here's the thing. If people actually took the fucking vaccine, and again, I'm not pro big pharma. I'm not. Pharmaceutical companies I know are unethical, but this isn't the fight. And if anything, like I said to people, for everyone who's questioning, first off, the tech for the vaccine has been around for well over a decade. This has been proven time and time again. I don't know how many more times I need to say it. And if it was some kind of evil plan to take over the world and microchip all of us, don't you think they'd just be willing to just waive the IP and just let anyone who could get their hands on the vaccine get it? They didn't want to waive the IP rights because they wanted to make money on the vaccine. So think about that. If it was some nefarious purpose that they wanted us all to get the vaccine so they could control us, don't you think they want to get it in as many people as possible? IP rights be damned. Like, you gotta... Man, and there's someone today that, again, they're just posting all this. They were literally like, you guys think I'm joking with the microchip thing? Like, oh, Rich, we're not talking about that for people I know that are here that are anti-vaxxers. I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm talking about people who still believe, like, in the microchip thing. Like, that's still their thing. And I'm just like, oh, my God. I can't. Like, okay. You're going to get a mic. Even though you have 1,000 million. And these are the same people. What's amazing about them is that they have smartphones that I know they don't turn off their GPS, or they keep all their antennas on. They have smart assistants around their house. You're being tracked all the time. And I'm not saying that's okay. Gabe, I didn't miss super chats. I'll get to them in a second. You're being tracked all the fucking time. Like, look, and I'm not saying it's okay. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. But the only way that you have to live off the grid. You got to turn off everything. You got to turn off your computers. That is the only way you will not be tracked. They don't give a fuck about you. Like, at all. The unvaxxed solution is isolating themselves from society, but we all know they will eventually poke their heads. But you know what? It's funny now there's a guy who owns a restaurant that if you are vaccinated, he won't let you in. It's like, so it's like a child's mentality. Oh, yeah? Well, you can't come into my restaurant. I only like people that are fucking stupid in here. Have fun with that. Yeah, but dude, I can't help but in a way feel sorry, like, because some of these they've had these stories, and I believe them because I know where people are anti-vax, then they get sick, and they're literally like a step away from being on a ventilator. And Gabe, I'll get to your super chat in a second. Oh, I already answered it. And then it's like as they're about to be on the ventilator and they're probably going to pass away, then they go, "Can I have the vaccine now?" And the doctor's like, "It's not a cure, bro. it's a preventative measure. The vaccine would do nothing for you right now. I'm sorry. You know, we're going to put you on the ventilator and hopefully you pull through." And it's tough. I get it. It's tough to feel bad because these are the same guys that beforehand were like, "Oh, I know it's all bullshit. I watched this doctor from an urgent care facility who runs it saying this, and I read this, and I saw pandemic, and I read all these other. I have all this other evidence," and they think they're experts. They think they know more than medical experts. And then when it hits their front doorstep, and it's them whose life is on the line, and they realize it isn't a fucking conspiracy, and they realize that now they're literally on death's door. They're like, "Fuck, I was wrong, but I don't really understand the technology. So can you give me the vaccine now? It's a cure, right?" And as much as I do feel bad, it also makes you enraged because it's like, motherfucker, you thought you knew everything and you didn't know that a vaccine is not a cure. It's a preventative measure to bolster your immune system against the virus that you were vaccinated against. I thought you knew everything. I thought you knew more than the doctors. Maybe you didn't. It's sad, man. It's sad. And something that should not be about politics. And I saw like fucking dipshit Jimmy Dore. And look, I have my issues with the Young Turks. I don't have a hat in that. I don't have a hat in that fight. I think that's a saying. He was on Joe Rogan talking down the why can't we? I'm like, I'm not saying don't ask questions. I'm not saying don't do research. Okay. So you said, Jimmy, that you have an underlying condition. Maybe that's why you had a reaction to the vaccine. You also, why can't we discuss it? No one said you can't discuss it, Jimmy. I actually would be genuinely interested in hearing your reaction to it. I know some people that had reactions to it and some people that didn't. It happens with a lot of vaccines. I literally know a woman who still may not be able to take the vaccine. She's a family friend because she could drop dead if she takes another vaccine. Yes, that does happen. You want to go after it. You want to call out the pharmaceutical companies for pushing opiates. Hell yeah. You want to say they're profit driven. Hell yes. And the fact that they didn't want to waive the IP rights proves they were. But if anything, them not wanting to waive the IP rights should also make you think, maybe this vaccine actually is a legitimate thing they want to just make money off of. Yeah. I get it, man. I get it that there's been a lot of misinformation put out there. I get it that the government has fucked us over and corporations have fucked us over, but this one is just not the fight, man. There's a saying, pick and choose your battles, and it's been someone else picked it. You know what's funny is that a lot of the Republicans that were pushing the anti-vax, anti-this, now they're like, oh wait, fuck, our base is dying, and if they're dead, they can't vote for us. We're selfish fucks, and we only care about us. So, oh yeah, get the vaccine. Yeah, it's a good thing. Sorry, don't listen to whatever my party was saying before. We need you alive so you can vote. Because that's all they fucking care about. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like Joe Rogan moved to Texas. I mean, he was saying some of that shit before. And look, I'm not saying don't question things. That's not what it's such a tough fucking thing to talk about because I'm not saying don't question anything. That would be stupid. I would never. Guys, just blindly trust whatever the media tells you and don't ever question anything ever. Of course, you know I'm not that dumb. You know I'm not that dumb. But I don't know. Maybe because I know people in the field and that's why I'm more understanding. I don't know. My dad told all his, hey, Rich, I'm pretty baked. I am not baked at all. I have my kids here today, man, so I'm not baked in the slightest. My dad told all his employees he would personally pay for their vax, and all of them still refused, living in Deep South Alabama. Oh, man. Oh, God. Well, your state's. I'm pretty damn sure your state is very Republican. I don't have a map in front of me to show me demographics, but well, the best is you hear the microchip. You hear it's made from unborn babies. I've heard. I don't know. You just have to accept that that it is what it is, and everyone they're just gone. There's nothing else I could do. So Fran is stepping down as CCO of Active. The ship is burning and sinking, and Kotick is holding on. You got to send me an article on that, man. I'll talk about that tomorrow. I'll talk about that. I don't know why I never talked about that. Why did I not fucking talk? The fact that she posted an article, I think I actually sent that to myself with Alana. Because Alana said, imagine being the CCO of a company that posts an article on Twitter saying the problem with whistleblowers while people are blowing a whistle on your company for the sexual misconduct that was there. And then she deleted her Twitter. And then she stepped fucking down. Oh, my God. Here's a shocker. She was the counterterrorism expert for the... How do you go from working as a counterterrorism expert for the Bush administration? If there's anything that just proves there's so much corruption, especially in American politics, I'm not saying we're the most corrupt government out there, but we're fairly corrupt. You go from working as a counterterrorism expert. I think she was the one who had, or at least she really enforced it. Like, remember the terror threat level? They had they would have red or to green, and it would every day it's at 3 today, or it's at 4 today, and I'm like, here's a way to make people fucking scared all the time. There's a way to, hey, did I miss? I didn't miss a super chat yet. Coca-Cola Vampire Rockstar. Yeah, I heard. It gets better. Bobby Kotick is a board member from Coca-Cola. Oh, shit. You know what, man? I bet he really doesn't give a... He's so wealthy that he doesn't give a shit. A lot of those guys are soulless son of a bitches, man, and they just care about money. I support Cuomo. You must be new to my streams. So, yeah, I don't want to say fuck people that got who didn't get vaxxed. You know, I find the ones that just make me lose complete hope is that they're literally dying of COVID and still don't believe that they have COVID. I am not baked at all, like I said. I just don't. It is what it is. This is what has happened. If there's anything that shows that the American government has fucking failed, and you can't even fully blame it on the Trump administration. Yeah, they played games with COVID and turned it into politics, but where did that mistrust come from that we would elect a buffoon like Trump? Again, I wasn't a fan of Hillary either, and you guys know I've been saying that for years. That's... you don't get in the mess we got in just overnight. It was a buildup. Barack America, as our current president would call him, Barack America. He didn't bring the change that he promised. That was his whole campaign. Change. Remember that with Barack Obama? What change did he bring? I remember in 2007, man, when he was campaigning and he was sitting there passionately saying, I'm going to go after every single banker in Wall Street that caused or after it happened in 2008, excuse me, that caused the major economic recession we're now in. Gets in office. He did not one fucking person was prosecuted. So, Christ, CJ Dom. So yes, Vampire Rockstar. Actually, I did miss your super chat, dude. I did miss it. So Fran, I answered that one. Google Fish. Yeah, it's a shit show. It's a shit show, dude. Shoot me an article. We'll talk later. I'm getting to the point where I feel like they have to suffer with getting it. Don't want them to die. You know what's fun? I had a cousin that had it twice. She's lucky she's okay, too. She has lupus. cousin who had it twice. But it's not real, even though she had it twice. But it's not real. That's why you still need to get the vaccine. Because just because you had it doesn't mean you can't get it again. Scary Apple wants to scan all of your photos. Yeah, that's a story that I would love to cover on my YouTube channel, but can't. Or maybe I just go in, man, and just... I'm just afraid that, yeah, okay, I can manually limited ads my video, but it won't get the same viewership. Or even if it does, like maybe it organically grows and someone posts it on Reddit. I don't know if YouTube will be a fan of me pushing videos that aren't going to make them money. Yeah, Joe Rogan's take is he's fucking weird on the vaccine. And then you got people out there like Elon Musk now saying he's flat out not going to get it. And it's just, I don't know. But it's something with human nature, because what I've heard and read is that similar shit happened in 1918. Rich, did you listen to Iron Maiden? If so, have you heard their new single? What do you think of the old bands like them? I think it's incredible. It shows how talented they are, and it shows, like, you know, the Rolling Stones are still doing their fucking thing as far as I know. That's true talent, man, and that's true passion, too. Those guys are probably old and tired, but they love what they do, and I'm sure they got money in the bank. They don't need to do it. Yeah, Elon Musk is like the Tommy Tallarico of Tesla. Like, he just needs to stop talking. Like, if I was an investor in any company that he ran or worked with, I would be like, he needs to shut up. Yeah, I know. I got the email. I knew that it was going to get delayed again. Of course it's going to get delayed again. Like, I don't think even the most diehard fan knew it was going to get delayed again. It's just common sense. It's absolute common sense. That thing was not fucking ready in any way, shape, or form to go. They released it now. It would have been a complete fucking disaster. Complete fucking disaster. So, remember the good old days when flat earthers were pissing off everyone? Yes, I miss those days. Because here's the thing. You thinking the earth is flat means fuck all to me. Okay, you think the earth is flat. That's great. You think the earth is flat. You're not wanting to wear a seatbelt. Oh, damn, dude. You sent it. Good job, man. Thank you. Doesn't mean shit. I don't want to see you die, but if you're a fucking idiot and who doesn't want to wear a seatbelt, okay, don't wear a seatbelt. You want to fly out of the window, God forbid you get into a head-on collision, that's your choice. So long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, the chances are very slim, I believe, with if you don't wear a seatbelt that someone else would get hurt. So fine, do whatever the fuck you need to do. Don't wear a seatbelt then. You want to risk you getting fucking decapitated or flying out of a window and having your body parts be in 3 different zip codes? Have fun. But with this, you know, and I know, but with the Delta variant, they believe that people could spread it even though they are vaccinated, not showing symptoms. But guess what? The reason that it has mutated to what it has so it can do that is because people won't take the fucking vaccine. If there was more people vaccinated, there would be more people immune. If more people are immune, the virus wouldn't spread and it wouldn't mutate and do weird shit like being able to spread to people who have been vaccinated who will just remain asymptomatic or maybe have mild symptoms and then possibly become super spreaders of it. But what do I'm just a liberal cuck, beta male, flabby titties. What else can you throw at me? You could roast me in the chat if you want to. I don't care. What am I? I'm done with it. I feel like it's saying it was, no, it's not okay to say that, dude, because there's a fit. I don't think it's okay as much as they make me angry, and I've ripped them a new one a couple weeks ago. It's a lot of misinformation that was put out there. We have to learn how to handle misinformation without censoring. I don't know how to do that. You should watch Adam Korlick's take on a Steam Deck. I was literally, it just came up in my feed as I was setting up this stream. And I was like, ooh, I would watch that. But I'm not going to watch that right now because I can't watch that right now. Missed my chat, Rich. I didn't miss it now. I'm going to miss a whole bunch of other. It's not that most political YouTubers lie. Like, waiving patents won't do much since mRNA is hard to make, so letting anyone make it is dangerous. ER registered nurse right here. But I am sure there's a way that they would make sure that the places that remanufacture the vaccine, let me finish my thought before I just jump on, that there would have to be some kind of standard set up by like the WHO that would allow it to be a safe vaccine to be reproduced throughout the world so that more vaccine is accessible. So I'm sure that there could be asterisks to make that work. Registered nurse here, got it twice, had heart damage. I know another nurse practitioner who works in a hospital, and she got heart damage too. She used to run like triathlons. Now she has chest pain all the time, and she hasn't been the same since. And she was perfectly healthy before. Alan Roberts. I'm just saying, Alan, you want to throw shade my way. I know he hasn't directly, but you know, it's a fat person's disease. I love hearing that. I'm like, oh, I can name a whole bunch of people that not only were not fat at all, even BMI wise, because I know that you could look like you're skinny, or not skinny, but you could look like you're slender, let's say, but if your BMI is over a certain amount, it doesn't matter. No, they're like active, healthy people who got it, and now they have conditions because of it they'll probably have for the rest of their lives. But, you know, it's a fat person's disease, because that, I guess that's, you know, people who lift weights know more than doctors. You know what's funny is that too, and Cloven Hooves, thank you for becoming a member, and Thomas, I'm very fucking sorry to hear that. And that pisses me off, because people like you who literally put their lives on the line and now have had, or are now going to have health issues because of being exposed to COVID, you have other people just like spitting in your face and trying to tell you that it's not real, or it's not that big of a deal, or showing statistic to you. It infuriates me when I see people, oh, you could die of this, die of that, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, you're not a physician. And it's weird because physicians on certain social media platforms will come in and say, hey, registered nurse here, hey, doctor here, hey, nurse practitioner here, I can tell you that you're factually wrong, and I've studied medicine, and I save people's lives for a living. Nah, you know, fuck that. You know what you're talking about. It's just fat. Okay, it's just fat and old people. Yep, I got it. Amico delayed again. Yes, I do already know. And gee, I'm so shocked. Can I get a fart and a chicken noise? Yes, you can. Whoa! Man, that worked beautifully. Yeah, my jaw's on the floor. I'm so blown away. I'm so blown away that the Amico got delayed again. Never expected it. We never expected it, Google Fish and Turbo Express. We're shocked. I say let Darwinism play out. But, dude, the Darwinism, though, that's not even an okay thing. As much as I understand why you feel that way because of the frustration. But Darwinism doesn't, like, the virus doesn't care about, oh, I'm not just going, yeah, you know, you're right, guys. I'm just going to infect dumbasses. I'm just going to mutate and mutate to a strain that only dumbasses are going to get sick from. No. The virus doesn't care, man. It doesn't care what your race is, if you're rich, if you're poor, it doesn't care about your gender. It doesn't care about your political views. It just cares about replicating. So it affects everybody. But I was going to say, it was David Spade. He was on with Chris Rock on Howard Stern. And he says, yeah, I don't like talking about politics because it divides. That means that half of my audience won't like me anymore. I'm like, sucks. Because Chris Rock, he goes into it. That, I don't know, man, especially doing these live streams. Like, I know it's not all about, but we go into everything. I talk about this thing that I just reviewed today, which that review is doing meh. But, you know, I don't know. And it's not even that I want to talk about politics all the time. I would actually like to talk about politics less, but with what's going on, it's just unfucking avoidable. And even in the gaming, like, even when you talk about, not that it's necessarily politics, but when you talk about things like what happened at Activision, you gotta, it just sometimes controversial stuff comes up, you know. And if I had to tiptoe around what I say to not piss off people, it would just get frustrating. It would make me want to quit. I don't understand. I don't understand how people do that. But I mean, I get it from a financial perspective. I'm sure that my audience would probably fucking double. I'm sure my views would go up because I know there were people here that are diehard conservatives who used to be diehard fans of me. And then they found out my political and they were mad. There was a guy, I obviously won't name him for privacy reasons. He was a member. He was a consistent super chatter. He was this and he was that, and he found out that I was pro Bernie. Holy shit, man, you would have thought I stuck my dick in his cornflakes in the morning. He unsubbed to me. He stopped being a member, and if it was stopped at that, who cares? All right, look, you don't want to support me anymore, that's cool. But I went to his YouTube channel, man, and he made Alex Jones seem sane. So I'm like, okay. Like, I don't really want to even cater to that. Like, I understand money's green, whether it comes from someone mentally unstable's hands or it comes from whoever. But I'm not going to placate to an audience just to make an extra buck. Because in the long run, you know, it is what it is. Anything. So let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. So death metal, I get it, but it's more complex than that. I got the vaccine and wore the mask and even mostly stayed home, but now the idea of any more lockdowns or restrictions. No, it does with me too. It does with me too, especially as a person who believes in science, not blindly trusts in science. Two different things. Believing is not blind trust. I did my part. I got the vaccine. I walked around with a mask all the time. I social distanced. I did what I needed to do. And I feel like, okay, my reward is because I did what I needed to do. I did my part. I realize this isn't the first fucking pandemic ever. And, you know, shit like this happens, that you get freedom. But because other people want to make it into something political or make it into a conspiracy, here we are. I can't feel comfortable taking my kids to fucking Playland. There was no way with it. Like, the line wasn't packed compared, like, and it was a big line. Like, it was like wall-to-wall people. I was like, there's no way. I mean, I even drove down there. I wanted to take them there, but I was like, no. So, that's what the patent does. We are maxed out on manufacturing capabilities in the world. It takes years to set up new ones. Pakman has a good video. All I know is that from what I've read is that we are, on top of it too, the states are sitting on so much extra vaccine supply that people here won't take. You could go to any pharmacy right now and get that needle in your fucking arm for free. So I'm sure something can be done. My uncle called me a sheep because I took the vaccine. Of course he did. I'd say we're all sheeps, vaxxed or not vaxxed. He makes a conspiracy out of it. Dude, that's what I've had that happen to me too. With people that I know. You just got to, I don't even want to, it's a waste of time, arguably, even here right now, I guess I could say. Because you're not going to, people's minds are made up. Something that shouldn't have been political became political. I don't know. I mean, this is kind of what happens too when people are scared. People want to find reason to things where there's no reason. Here is the thing. Mother Nature fucking sucks. Mother Nature is awful. It has no rhyme or reason. Mother Nature has no mercy. And things just happen. But everyone wants to, because that's frightening to think about, that there's no rhyme or reason. It's frightening to think about you may not wake up tomorrow. It's frightening to think about that tomorrow is promised to no one. So people try to deny that terrible things just happen. You know, do you think it was, okay, did you think that the Black Death back in the Middle Ages was manufactured in a lab? Didn't have the fucking tech back then to do that shit. It was just rats passing this shit around. Fleas would bite the rats. There would be there was a bacteria in there that caused the Black Death, and then the flea would bite a human, and the next thing you know, the human is fucking, you're on death's door. And there was no... Well, actually, you know what? There was conspiracies back then. People thought back then that it was God being angry at them. Because people try to make sense of the nonsensical. And when it makes no sense, they try to find something they try to find reasoning behind it, because that's the way it's cope. Let me use a quartering term that he loves to retweet with sometimes. Cope. He's done that to me. That's how I know, by the way. Cope. It's a coping mechanism. There was literally a disease that caused people to kind of like dance in the streets until they danced themselves to death. Obviously, it was it affected their neurologically. It affected them, but people thought it was something they were possessed or everyone tries to find something because it's just scary to think that there's no rhyme or reason to anything. You know, we're not special snowflakes. None of us are. You know. That's what 65,000 vaccines expired in Alabama. And there's countries like India that are begging for vaccines. You can't tell me that there couldn't be some way that we could get vaccines. I know we've donated vaccines to them, but how many billions of people are in India? Name one thing Trump did worse. I don't like Trump, but Joe has passed more harmful legislation now than Trump did in 4 years. I haven't even looked into the legislation, man. I don't even... Dude, I've honestly, minus the COVID stuff, which shouldn't even be considered political, I don't even really pay attention to any of it. I don't... We're at the point of no return anyway. I have a feeling in 4 years, could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, but I have a feeling Trump's going to come back. If it's him against Kamala, she's done. Another chat to contradict the Doran comment. This affects so many immunocompromised transplant cancer patients that cannot get the vaccine. Yeah, there's people like that woman that I know. Not to go back to her again. She's a family friend. She can't get the vaccine. So you getting it, I understand what they're saying about the Delta variant now, where you could be asymptomatic or have mild symptoms and pass it on. But imagine if more people were vaccinated, it still would spread less. And we may not even be in this. If more people were willing to take the vaccine, maybe there wouldn't be a Delta variant. Maybe. I understand there's countries that it would be next to impossible to get everyone vaccinated, and there's other barriers there, but it would definitely have mitigated the chances of a variant like Delta emerging. And I know that Delta actually initially they didn't want to call it Delta because it actually the strain originated in India, but they didn't want to happen the same thing where Trump was a fucking moron going around the China virus. Like, yeah, I know it came from China, Donald, but you calling it the China virus is not going to help things. I know where it came from. I know even the former head of the CDC said there's a pretty good chance that it came from a lab. But they're also saying, too, it probably wasn't intentional. It was that someone was probably experimenting with the strain and they got infected and they spread it. And because it was very virulent and infectious, it spread quickly. But anyway. So, 65, yeah, so that proved the point, Jared. For what it's worth, my mother refuses to take a vaccine because I'm healthy and I take my meds and won't listen to me and is one of those idiots. That must be so, like, I know people, and it is very frustrating, and I've laced into them before, but, to have, like, direct family, like my parents, that must be weird. I don't know how I give you credit for handling that. I agree with that. We should donate more. Sorry, it's just frustrating the amount of misinformation people like Dorr, Kalinsky, Crowder spread. Love you, though. I don't know. I just don't get what happened to Jimmy. Now, look, I know that Jank was fully on board with Russiagate, and I remember calling Russiagate being bullshit from day one. Oh, shut! And I'm not a high tier political pundit. I know I have dirt political takes, and there's a lot of shit right now I don't pay attention to because I simply just don't fucking want to. But it just every time there's someone. Now, I understand having just a two-party system or two major party system is cancerous. I agree with that. But we're not just going to magically just have another party overnight that's a viable party that people are going to vote for and get someone into office. So when you have someone progressive on a ticket, like a Democratic ticket, support them, and then maybe over time, if there's enough support in those progressive people that are on the Democratic side, become popular, then they could slowly branch off and come their own party. Anytime there's someone progressive like that, it just so happens that Jimmy's trying to tear them down before they even have a chance to get their politics in there. And it just seems like it's a way to, like, hey, I'm progressive, but I'm really not, but I'm more so a mole for the conservatives to try to undermine the progressive movement. So this is my take, and this is my veneer. This is my beard that I'm putting on to make people think, oh, I'm a progressive, I swear. Oh, wait, look, there's someone who actually wants Medicare for all. Oh, they want to be a Democrat, so fuck them. We need a different party. Don't vote for them. This virus reminds me instant the game Division. Yeah, and what I'm afraid of is that we're just going to get some variant that just makes all the vaccines useless. That's still a problem. There's still a chance of that. Not say probability, because there's a chance of that. Let that sink in. Hitler tried a coup in 19 and failed. We now know how history turned out. Don't underestimate Trump and his cult. Yeah, he tried. He was actually in prison for 5 years. Luckily, though, Trump is an idiot. Hitler, awful human being. He wasn't stupid, though. Trump is dumb. So that should comfort you, maybe, sort of. Not really. Oh, okay. Getting my second shot on the 24th. There you go. The second one is The one where if you're going to have a decent reaction, it's going to be to that one where you're going to feel like shit for like 48 hours, just to let you know. Rich, I'm a medical worker. I've seen the tail end of the DNA sequence. Definitely man-made. My coworkers who've been jabbed, that's what I'm saying. They think it leaked out of a lab. And what they said, because what the former head of the CDC said, is that there's no, like, viruses, when they jump, this is what he said, not me. I'm a medical derp. Viruses don't, like, when they go and they mutate to where they can infect an animal to a human, it usually is like, it's not instant where it spreads and takes over, and like a whole city has to go in lockdown. Kind of like what happened with the SARS virus. That seemed in 2003, I believe that's when it was. That was more, all right, that we could see how that could spread from animal to human because it wasn't as viral. It was actually a hell of a lot deadlier. But it wasn't, it didn't spread globally. It was an epidemic, didn't turn into a pandemic. That's kind of more natural. This ain't fucking natural. I wouldn't say that, Rich. After all, the stupid people in the masses are a good portion of why we are in a pandemic still. Maybe that's cynical, but I mean, yeah, but what does wishing harm on them? I think that's what you mean. What does wishing harm on them do? Anyway, if Louis and Linus can talk about Apple CP, what's stopping you? Is it something you can't even talk about? No, I could talk about it on stream. I'm going to talk about it on stream in a minute, actually. Trump is an idiot, but he's good at one thing, getting people dumber than... That is true. Maybe I am underestimating him. I just can't see... Like, the thing about... Also, Kyle is compromised, controlled. Bernie wouldn't allow him to interview him. Where was the squad during Med for All March last month? Why is Kyle compromised, dude? You know, I don't know. Anyway, let's... So Chris Chan might be facing 10 years in prison from what I've heard. I bet his stuff might end up in a... I don't even know. I think that he needs, like... inpatient. Oh man, that was a fart. He needs, or she needs, I'll never get that right. I just won't. I'm not doing it maliciously. I'm not doing it purposely. I will never get that right. But I've said from years ago they need inpatient therapy before, when Chris Chan was still Chris Chan. But you know, from what I've heard, their mother and father, they didn't even want them to get therapy. How'd that work out? Jeffrey Tucker, he also shilled for... You just took it out of my mouth. Yes, David Pakman seems to shill for a lot of things. Hey, I want to talk to you about... Now I know why I can't talk about fucking... Oh, Brett Hanks, he's absolutely... There's one person, but everyone has a conspiracy or take on. Like, Kyle, out of all people. Jimmy, you want to go after? Because, I mean, there's a lot of evidence there that he's a bullshit artist. David Pakman, you know, he tries to sell fucking ketchup popsicles to people. But I have not tried Dr. Pepper. There's Pepper Zero. I may need to get a little bit of coffee or something. So I believe that too, Brett. Try condensed milk with iced coffee. It takes care of dairy and sugar at once. Maybe I will. That'll probably make me shit, though. Oh man. Oh, I like Dr. Pepper, but I don't like drinking fake sugar that much. I know I've been having, because it's kind of like, all right, I don't want coffee, but I want a little caffeine. I just, if nothing else too, even when David Pakman, well, let's see if we could actually look at that crypto. Let me get my I don't even need my headphones. I got these boys here. Let me see. How's Carlos doing? I'll give this bird some love for you. It's amazing when I'm sober that I don't interact with my beautiful bird as much. He's a handsome bird. He's a good-looking bird. He's a bird that I love. I love this bird. Me and the bird, we go back like a man does with a bird. I don't know what to say. Why are you trying to get something witty out of me? Let's see. Let's go look up David Pakman. Tony Hawk was cursed by a deity to be beloved by all but recognized by none. So let's look up this David Pakman thing. I like my thumbnail. I actually made that thumbnail all by myself. I'm going to pat myself in the back and get hard. David Pakman. So where is this, in a video or is this...
Welcome to the David Pakman.
Man, I need to step my game up. He's at 1.4 million subs too. Jesus Christ, man. What is... Yeah, he's at 1.4 million subs, but then he's getting like 18,000, 14,000. Here is proof that sub growth means nothing. Not that my videos get millions of views, but they get anywhere from like 40 to 100,000 views per video, depending. Now, maybe if I want to be a little bit, 50 to 100,000. This motherfucker got 1.37 million subscribers. He's getting 7 hours ago. Man, if I only got 8.7 thousand views in 7 hours, I'm disappointed at the viewership of my video now. Yeah, 39,000, 11,000. So where is this crypto that he's shilling for? Should we fear climate changes, Trump, Democrats, radical? Can we just pass infrastructure? Are Trump supporters gullible fools? Just found a troll channel. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I just ignore it, bro. What's your take on blackmail and people who misreport the use of blackmail to silence people? I don't agree with Jimmy or CCP. Are you talking about what Anna did in that DM? Is that what you're talking about? Does anybody know which video it is? Let me see. I saw Vosh talking about this. Crypto. Maybe if I look up crypto on his channel. Let me look up crypto. Crypto. High savings rate. Puma Pay, using crypto for everyday purchases. 1 year ago. Oh, there. Jeffrey Tucker. Okay. Ooh. Jeffrey. Open link in new tab. And of course, it's not going to bring me there. Let me see. If I... Oops, something went wrong. Not working. And I'm sure I lost. Jeffrey, DM it to me on Twitter, man. Or send it. Or someone just put the name of the video. Not Pakman. Like, it's like not... It's like Pakman. It's not Pakman like blocka. Centric global currency on a single blockchain. I'll just type in centric. It should be right there. Of course, it's not going to. Here we go. Centric. Yeah, damn, that showed up 5 days ago. Bro. Yeah, this is proof right here that sub count means nothing. This is from when? Four days ago, has 5.5 thousand views.
Side Squad in theaters and on HBO Max.
These are your brothers and sisters for the next few days.
Today I'm going to take a few minutes to...
All right. Let me get... So you guys could see. Sorry. That's something you probably want to do. His monthly views... Because he probably uploads like 10 fucking videos a day. You guys would hate me if I uploaded that many. Yo, if I uploaded that many, yeah, of course, yes. If you upload a lot of shit, that's what IGN does. His streams get, well, that's actually good. That I can't fuck with.
to tell you about a really innovative cryptocurrency project called Centric. Centric has partnered with us on this video. It's a video I've been excited about publishing because Centric is a project I've been following for a while. Both.
Yeah, here's the thing. As a person who even got flack for passively talking about cryptos on Twitter, you just can't talk about them. Because even if people aren't going to look to you for financial advice, you're going to have people losing their shit because you're hinting at people to. And I wasn't even hinting. I was just curious, like, oh, this is cool. I'm investing in this. This is, what do you guys think of this? Do you like it? Do you not like it? But Taiwan is a country. Again, you know, I don't want to get into any of that here for obvious reasons.
Because of the clever concepts and solutions they're bringing to the table.
You're looking at notes, dude. I see you looking at notes.
And just because of how many people are tuning into what Centric is doing, they've garnered a ton of attention and support from people in many sectors of the cryptocurrency and blockchain space. Check out the link underneath it.
I follow cryptos, dude. I'm not, you know, all balls deep in cryptos, and I'm invested in a couple, and I'd never heard of Centric, bro. I've never heard of Centric ever.
This video to learn more. So Centric is what we would think of as a dual token system. It's a
you know nothing about cryptos. Not saying that I do, but you are, first off, your teleprompter is not facing at the camera. You need to have it up more because it's very obvious that you're just reading right now, David. It looks like you're looking at my right nipple. You're not looking at the screen. Don't look at my nipple. I'm offended.
Blockchain-based ecosystem that's powered by two different tokens. The first token is called Centric Rise, which is Centric's main transactional currency and its store of value. This token is forced to continually inflate in price over time, every hour, at a growth rate written into the Centric blockchain a year in advance by the Centric Foundation.
Okay. How are they guaranteeing that the money, that it's going to inflate in price? There has to be investors in it. Oh, man. Again, hey, maybe, I don't know. I'll look into Centric. I've never heard of it before this. I personally, even when before I saw nothing, and I mean, I was innocent about it, but even before I was getting flack for even mentioning in passing, you know, cryptos that I was looking at, I would never take a fucking crypto as a sponsor. No way. No way. Oh, because if it implodes, look at what I mean. Well, they knew what the fuck they were doing. Those Face Clan idiots. It wasn't Rice Gum involved with that Save the Kids crypto. Okay. Taiwan has its own passports economy, but isn't it China that won't see them as their own country? Is that what it is? I'm not even familiar with it completely, man.
The other cryptocurrency of the Centric ecosystem is Centric Swap, which is bought and sold on exchanges. The market will determine the value of Centric Swap tokens. Centric Swap provides liquidity, but importantly, Centric Swap is basically the...
I think the biggest problem with this video so far is I've never heard of Centric before. Maybe it's legitimate. Maybe I don't know anything about it. This is literally, I saw, like, as I was right before I was about to stream, I saw Vosh went live and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, he was like, it was like part of his thing, David Pakman shilling a crypto. And I'm like, oh, David Pakman shilling a crypto. I should probably look into that. So I am watching this along with you. I am watching this along with you.
The network's on and off ramp.
But the thing about it is that you could just tell he doesn't know what they could have told him that an iguana will tickle your asshole in his talking points for the script for this, and he'd be like, well, if you go to Centric Swap an iguana will start tickling your ass, and it actually has a great feeling to it. I tried it. He doesn't know what he's saying.
which gives users access to Centric Rise. Centric Swap tokens are only minted when a user deposits Centric Rise into the Centric smart contract. So when you buy Centric...
Oh, that he has this. Look, I looked at, like, I tell you guys, this, I'm going to read you this from the article. I'll read it to you, then we'll discuss. But he's trying to make it like he's talking to the camera. You're not looking at the camera, David. You're looking at my nipple again. I know it's a nice nipple. I know you want to look at it, but you're not, like, it's just so awkward that it's so obvious, like, you're trying to look like you're not reading, but you're obviously reading, and your eyes are focused in the wrong spot.
Centric Swap, you're buying a claim to the Centric Rise that's being deposited into that smart contract. After the Centric Swap is deposited, you receive Centric Rise, and the swap is burned. You benefit from the ongoing growth of the Centric Rise that you now own. The exchange between Rise and Swap is governed by the Centric protocol. That's a decentralized, immutable protocol.
The other problem is that why do you have a whole fucking video just dedicated to this? You want to advertise it. I personally wouldn't advertise a crypto ever, even one that I believed in. I wouldn't even advertise Cardano, and I have a lot of faith in Cardano, and I see a very bright future with it. But you made a dead, like, maybe like I had in that video, I thought Oculus Rift, when they came out with the new Oculus Rift, they sponsored that video. I was cool with. But imagine, like, it has to fit your audience, man. This ain't fitting your audience. You're making, this is, you incorporated an infomercial with your other fucking videos, bro. This is not a good look. This is bad optics, man. This is like Cenk Uygur getting a financial, a $20 million investment for the Young Turks from a Republican donor. Yes, I understand that in the contract that he has no editorial rights and no production. He has no say over how they produce their stuff, but still looks terrible. Got $20 million from this guy. Then on top of it, they're still like, oh, we're a grassroots. How are you grassroots if you're getting $20 million, Jank, from a fucking Republican donor? Hi, I'm Johnny Thunder, and I approve this horse. You should be. They're the largest secure chip. Japan has promised to act in defense if CCP invades them. Look where cybersecurity is going. Okay, man, I will look into it. I honestly will. I'll look into it so I understand it more.
Protocol. It self-regulates the elastic token supply of Centric Swap to meet changes in demand. The protocol is censorship resistant, and it's also independently audited.
Oh, God, you sound like one of the fucking people from, like, he sounds like a left version of a Crowder. It's sent, like, all cryptocurrencies, that's the big thing about them. They can't be controlled by anybody. It's not singular. It's not control. It isn't minted by a government. That's the thing. That's decentralized. Blockchain. That's all cryptos.
In the early stages of the Centric project, Centric attracts and retains new adopters by giving the Rise token a high rate of growth as well as hourly burn. And that's calculated by a formula in the protocol. It's triggered to...
So what he's saying without saying it, which is shady too, is that, oh, you'll definitely make money off of this. You don't know that. You don't know that. You have no idea, David. You're basically selling someone like, oh, it's guaranteed to grow. No, it's not. Cardano is not guaranteed to grow. Bitcoin's not guaranteed to grow.
To burn by the smart contract every hour. With this protocol mechanism, Centric forces their decreasing supply to meet demand through various utilities and partnerships. At this point, over 30,000 users have joined the community.
I think the biggest problem, here's I know what happened, because this happens to me a lot too, and I just say no. unless it's like a cool product. Again, Oculus came to me with their new Rift S at the time. This was in 2019, and I was down with that. That's different. They probably went to him and said, look, we want you to do a video, but it has to be a dedicated video. And they're probably like, yo, I'll give you like 10 grand, which I could tell you now, they're probably pissed because they probably were expecting more of a viewership turnaround, unless this was on his live stream too. But even then, even with the 5,000 concurrent viewership live stream, probably not enough. So they probably, I'm going to have to get something to drink. They probably threw him anywhere from like 5 to 10 grand, I bet you. Maybe less, maybe more. To make, they're like, if you make a dedicated video, and they either only had the option of making a dedicated video, or they would have given him a lot less money to incorporate an ad into one of his regular videos. And he chose this because the payout was bigger. But look at the optics, look at the ratio here, David. Look at it. Look at it. No, really, it's a sponsored video? I had no idea. I know they have to say that. I have to do the same thing. I have to say it's FTC required, even if it's obvious that it's a sponsorship for the one person who's stupid enough to look at this thinking that he's truly recommending a crypto that he truly believes in.
Community. It's been really impressive how many people.
Well, there's other legitimate cryptos that have token burn and stuff like that, but this is just not a good look for, like, I could see if he was a crypto channel, or if he was a crypto, has nothing really to do with it. Maybe there's been political stories that he's brought up here and there, but this is fucking stupid.
Are excited about the.
This is like, I bet I should check and see if they sent me an email. I guarantee you I did. I would never. This is the kind of shit I would laugh at if someone sent it to me. Like, I would be like, no, like, make a like, I'll have people like, hey, I'll pay you $5,000 to make a dedicated video on our dash cam. I'm like, the fuck, no. And you have to say it's a review. Well, first off, no, that's illegal to do. And secondly, no, I don't want to. I'm not making a dedicated video that like 3,000 people watch on your stupid fucking product and hurting my reputation in the process and pretending. Sounds like, no, I actually answered yours, man. That's what I was answering. I should have said your name, but there's token burn with other, so it's not necessarily a pyramid scheme, but this is just bad optics all around. I don't know anything about Centric. It could be legitimate. It could be a complete fucking scam. I don't know. This is literally the first I'm hearing about it, but this whole video just sucks.
The project, and have been since the early days, and the more people who join and adopt the Centric Foundation will slow down that price growth of the Rise token. Probably the most exciting update we've seen with Centric lately.
You seem excited, David. I could smell your excitement as you're reading the teleprompter in front of you. It's just, how much excitement does David Pakman have here, Bird? Does he look excited? No, he looks like he's doing a very unethical promotion right now, doesn't he? Yeah. You're a good-looking bird. Good-looking bird. He's a good-looking bird.
Is their migration to Binance Smart Chain, which took place on July 15th after 2.5 years on the Tron blockchain. The Tron-based tokens still function as they did before the migration, but Centric is encouraging holders to redeem.
Unless you could buy their crypto on Binance or Coinbase or maybe even like Sushi Swap, yeah, no one gives a fuck.
Their tokens on BSC, as Centric has some really cool projects planned on BSC. But I think that this fork to BSC says a lot about the Centric mentality and the future of the project.
I look
really
at my cryptos are doing
BSC well. Is where Centric wants to be, at least until their native blockchain has been developed and deployed.
We are up.
Binance comes with
Well,
the
at
name
least that's up.
recognition.
What about
Centric
my other
is
one?
going to get a lot more eyeballs on the project as a result of that. And in
It's
terms
flat.
of new users as well, it'll be
One of
beneficial.
them is
but
up.
also in terms of other projects they could partner with, it opens up many technical possibilities.
But yes, he's selling. This is part of David Pakman's problem, but apparently it hasn't hurt his channel growth, because the last time I saw him shilling, he had less subscribers than me. Is he always does this. It's eventually going to bite him in the fucking ass, too. It's eventually going to bite him in the ass. Hold on. I mean, he's gotten away with it for a while. Why are we watching? Because he's shilling for crypto. It's pretty fucking ridiculous, actually. That's why we're watching them all. Oh, my fucking God, man.
BSC is compatible with Ethereum Virtual Machine, which is going to let Centric take advantage of Ethereum.
You don't understand anything that you're saying is the other big fucking problem with this. You don't understand. That's what people are calling you out on too. Let's see the comments. Well, actually, we'll watch the video and then we'll go and we'll double dip on this. We'll watch the video. I'm gonna get some of my iced coffee, and then we will go look at the comments, because I'm sure there's fucking gold in there. Let's continue.
dApps, on and on. Many, many important things. So the way for you to get involved is really simple. Centric user gets started by acquiring Centric Swap from any trusted crypto exchange, and then
Good news, the woman who egged Chris on the phone call, and she's a peach. Extortion, animal abuse, convincing people to commit suicide. You could tell she was a horrible person. She'd almost, I don't know the whole context of it, but it almost seemed like she was egging him on to do that. Anyway, that whole situation is just a fucking nightmare. Despite that he is miles better than 99% of politically, one of the only ones that won't spread conspiracies. Kyle, in my opinion, isn't. Kyle Kalinski's a nut? I don't know if I agree with that, bro. I would put Pakman more on that fucking, he'll sell his soul to the devil for 5 cents. I always believed he's a sellout. My cousin loves him for some reason. No, and I've been that way about him for years. It's not new. It's not that I'm like, it's not like I've just started to feel this way. Patney, and pay attention. This is a real shill. Yeah, I mean, look, I know I wasn't shilling, and I know I wasn't paid by Tommy, and I know I wasn't gargling Tommy's nuts, but it wasn't good optics for me to wear that hoodie during that. I just didn't think about it. That's on me. But no, I was not shilling. I know that.
like I explained, you convert your Centric Swap into Centric Rise, and from there, you can immediately benefit from the hourly growth of Rise. Every hour, Centric Rise is worth a little more Centric Swap, and you can convert your Rise back to Swap anytime you want, and it's free to create an account and get started. Whether you want to get involved now or not, learn a bit more about what Centric has going on. If you're just someone who likes learning about new technology and finance developments in crypto, delve deeper into Centric, because they definitely do have several different innovations that they've developed and put into play here. And it's been fascinating seeing how fast Centric has blown up. It's a project I'm going to keep paying attention to. Check out their white paper. Follow Centric on.
All right, they have a white paper. They have a white paper that adds some legitimacy to it, that I will say. It still could be a scam, but a white paper kind of, you know, they have to get audited to, like, I don't even know if I want to mention it. Do not invest in anything. It could be total bullshit, but I invested dead money into it, and I'm just keeping it there, and it goes all over the place in Ethereum Max, and it got audited. It passed the audit. I don't know if their white papers are out yet. It is what it is, but white papers add a little legitimacy to it. Still could be a scam, but that adds a little. I don't know if they did anything with an audit though.
On Telegram and Twitter, they do a really good job of staying engaged with the community. Follow the official Centric blog on their website, and for more in-depth project updates, and also AMAs with team members. You can find it all at centric.com. I've put the link right underneath the video, and of course, I am talking about the merits and my interest in the project. I'm not giving any financial advice. Anytime you are making any kind of financially impactful decision, do your due diligence, check with people you trust, including and up to a financial advisor if you've engaged one. Very, very important to keep that in mind.
The Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that was terrible. So let's look at the comments. Let's actually wait. Let me go grab my coffee. And you know what? I'll flip the screen up and I'll just read the comments. So I'll be right back. Let me just go grab some Joe. Let me go grab some Bob too. I'll put some of my coffee creamer on Bob. These things suck on your head, man. They're comfortable, but their grip is so. Anyway. Really? The cord was stuck under the wheel, man. I'll be right back. Yeah, dude, that's why I don't. Okay, he puts out a whole bunch of videos every day. And that's a way to get a lot of viewership. But I rather put out like max 3 videos if there's something to talk about. And I get more views than every video that I've seen of him. Alex Jones did that too, and he was still on YouTube. You know, he would always flex his subs to people and how many views he was getting a day. And the fucking thing about it was that I'm like, you're getting 30 to 40,000. Even back then when he was still on YouTube, I was getting more viewership than him. I mean, again, obviously if you upload more, the views all add up if you're uploading 6 videos a day. But that's proof, right? This is proof right there. Just because you have 1 million plus subscribers doesn't mean you're making bank from the viewership. Had a feeling that Pakman was grifting since I was getting really annoyed with his content and ads. Been watching Kyle. Well, Kyle's thing, and it was very smart because it I know there's some people here who are saying that they don't like him, but whatever, it's fine, you know. He went the crowdfunding route, which also people flip the fuck out about too. Anytime, I mean, look, this just seems terrible, but whether it's crowdfunding, whether it's advertising, people, you're always going to get fucking thrown under the bus. I'm not defending Pakman here. I would never have taken a crypto as a sponsor, but that's also human nature, is that everyone makes a conspiracy. Oh, so-and-so wants to make a crowdfunding. So-and-so I get conspiracies here about this, but I've never hidden. Yeah, I live stream and it's a big part of my revenue. I have an entire channel dedicated to live streaming now. Breaking news. I make money doing this. Oh my God, call, I don't know, call somebody. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hold on though. Consider that maybe all those flu shots are the reason you're 40, yet you look 60. You're in terrible shape. Please don't give health advice. Okay. You know who can though? The people that are healthy that caught COVID that now have medical issues that I know because of it. How about the doctors that I know that work in the field? How about the fact that I look terrible, but I'm still alive? Maybe that's because of science. But thank you. I appreciate that. Can we see what you look like? Can you put a picture out there? Yeah, he donates. Thank you for the $5. I'll still rip you a new one. Let's see the prime male specimen that you are. Let's see. I'll wait. No, I won't actually. I'll go get coffee because I know you won't show me anyway. But thank you for the $5 to try to own me. I appreciate it. Can't get refunds on YouTube Super Chats. Why? So dumbasses like you can't get your money back when you say stupid shit. Oh yeah, also by the way, I've still lost well over 100 pounds here. This gut used to go out to here. so you can eat my ass. Thank you for the money. Metaphorically, by the way. I don't want anyone eating my ass. That would be weird. Nothing wrong with making money. I like supporting. Thank you, Swaffle, and thank you for the trolls for also financially supporting the channel, too. I'll still call you assholes, though. I am a prime specimen. Can I make a trolling suggestion? And this is me giving you genuine advice. This is, if you want people to take your criticism seriously, don't have like Review Butt Sex USA be your name, because they're obviously going to think that you're a troll. like be Bob3718412. Anyway. Oh, yeah, I already answered all of them. So let's have some fun looking at the comments right now. David, blink twice if Elon Musk is holding you hostage. There's some truth to that. LOL, I didn't expect an infomercial on this channel. Dude, it's so true. It's so true. Yeah, David, this is shameless. What are you thinking? I know your numbers went down since the election, but is this really the solution? I don't know if his numbers went down or not. I don't know if that's a validated statement. I hope this is purely out of ignorance, David. No, it's not. It's out of the fact they probably gave him 10 fucking grand to do it. Crypto infomercial with astroturfing bots in the comments. Damn, David. I haven't seen the comments yet. We'll see if they're actually really disappointing to see David involved in one of these crypto pump and dumps. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he doesn't know what's going on, but the streamer world has been dealing with schemes like this for a while now, and he should be informed before putting his name on it. Or he just doesn't care. Who else thinks this is Pakman's lowest possible cringiest clip ever? Oh, man. This is why, dude. Oh, my God. I want to see. What is this called? I'm going to look in my email right now and see. Centric. Let me see if I got an email from them. Review Tech Canada, Review Tech Mexico. There was actually a guy from the UK back in 2013 said, "Hey man, you mind if I make Review Tech UK?" I'm like, yeah, I'm never gonna. It's not like I'm gonna become like a worldwide conglomerate of Review Tech USA. And then he actually made some not too bad videos, and then he just stopped. I was like, hey, man, why don't you roll with it? But he stopped. All right. So I hope this is purely ignorance, David. No. This is going to go to the moon. Just kidding. Right into the sewer. My biggest question is, what's backing the value? You can't just arbitrarily raise the value of something. That's just meaningless. Say I buy 100 swap today for $1 and convert it to 100 rise. Tomorrow I have 120. I don't know the actual growth rate, but it doesn't matter for argument. I decide I want it out and convert that 120 swap, which I sell for dollars, and I get 80. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's no way you could guarantee that the price continually grows. There's no fucking way. That was a red flag to me. Wow, I really lost respect for David. David posted Giga Cringe Bump and Dump. Oh, man. Oh, David. I'm going to call CoffeeZilla. David Pump and Dump Pakman at it again. Have you not been paying attention? Dude, it's not that he hasn't been paying attention. I'm done reading these now. He's known for this shit. I could call up David and be like, yo, man, I'll give you $3,000 to, promote Review Tech USA assless chaps, and he will promote them, and he'll be like, look at how my ass looks in these. It's incredible. Like, even like his live stream videos don't get a lot of viewers. They get like the same viewership as me just chatting at the fucking screen, like 13,000. I don't know, man. David, bless you though, bro. Hey, hope the money was worth it. Promoting another Bitcoin scam, Centric, a hidden gem, fill your bags. Go Centric. Yeah, it does kind of seem, again, it's speculation, I don't know, it does kind of seem like he has some AstroTurf fucking comments in there just to try to make it Centric, free coin, and they have rocket ships. Oh, David, these seem like I got them off a Centric swap will be huge, coming soon, be patient. Some people here telling, now this is someone defending it. Now let's just see. Some people telling, I've been holding CNS since 2018 and I'm still believing on this because of the progression of the platform. No scammer wants to spend 2 years to scam people and paid off for stuff for 2 years for the improvement advertisement of the platform. Anyway, this is my opinion based on how I witnessed the hard work of everyone to make this platform achieve your goal. Do your own research. If you want to invest and stop fudding, if you see this platform as a scam for you, then don't invest. And if you think this platform is for you, then take your own risk. That's, you know what? This is the best comment here that sums it up. Yeah, this video from David looks terrible. It is literally an infomercial that has no reason for being on. David is suing Vosh. Why? Oh, why? Oh, this is getting so juicy. Just like my ass. Plotter Michael posted a video on YouTube on his Biden impression on Jimmy Kimmel. They had Biden saying Trump quotes. Oh, no. Well, the funniest thing is, this is one that I always found interesting, where they had quotes from Biden and from Trump, and they didn't let him know who said it, and a lot of people thought Trump said it and it was Biden. That was interesting. I'm not going to lie. Yes, you could be a mod. You've been here for quite a long time, and I could use more mods. Where is Review 1316 USA, man? Could you donate more money to say more stupid shit? That's fine. You're welcome, man. You are noticed, Ken Lee. Mike Lindell off the rails. Vosh might countersue. So what happened, though? Let me see Mike Lindell. Maybe we will watch that. Maybe we will watch that. He might countersue. Really? That is fucking interesting, man. I should make a review to 1316 USA mod. That would actually work out well, wouldn't it? Let me look up Mike Lindell. Maybe we will do that. Mike Lindell. Is it Mike reporter confronts My Pillow CEO? You have proof of nothing. Is this who I'm talking about? Is this the one where he's talking to CNN? If there's one gripe, like this headset's relatively new, but the cushions are already kind of starting to. They got to make better material on the cushions, man. Sucks. This is a great headset, but I feel like they're starting to cheap out in the materials of it. Let me see here. So is it this reporter? Is it the My Pillow CEO on CNN? I'm trying to see. It's fucking CNN, though. I can't show it. Dude, I can't show this. No way. Dude, as soon as I show the footage, I'm going to get... Oh, man. God damn it. This is what pisses me off. You don't want... Like... Don't think, like, I can't mod everybody because, first off, I could be modding trolls. I have to recognize you. My Pillow, Mike Lindell, off the rails. Off the rails. Interview goes off the rails. Is this it? All right, maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. Let me get these back on. Maybe this is it. It'll probably get a copyright notice, but who gives a shit? What else is new? Like, who would have thought this guy would have... I will admit David Pakman's interview with Mike Lindell was funny as he actually interviewed him. Oh, shit. Well, it is February 3rd. This isn't it. When... Disney, I will admit David... maybe we should look at that. Mike Lindell, David Pakman. Let's watch that. David Pakman. Oh, this is it. This is it. So, this is the whole interview?
All right, today we're going to be speaking with Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell will be a familiar...
We've been talking about how David Pakman was shilling a crypto, which is awful. And now we are going to see him sit down with the My Pillow guy. Let's get our popcorn out. This is going to be a fucking treat.
Familiar face and name to many in our audience, CEO and inventor of My Pillow.
Which I hear the My Pillow sucks, by the way. Like, I even heard that before, like, Mike Lindell got involved with the Trump administration. Like,
Mike, I really appreciate the opportunity to chat with you today.
Thanks for having me on.
Of course. So, listen, you first came to my attention. I first became aware of you at the start of the pandemic. Donald Trump held this event at the White House.
Really? I saw those My Pillow ads all over the fucking place for years, man.
and announced, here are some business people that are going to be doing things to help us. You were going to be, if I recall correctly, making masks and maybe even some other things. How did you first come to meet Donald Trump and that relationship start?
Well, it was the summer of 2016. He invited me to.
He sounds like a pro wrestler, doesn't he? He sounds like he would have been like a pro wrestling announcer back in like the 80s.
Trump Tower. I was August 15, 2016. It was a private meeting. I went in there. It was about 35 minutes, just him and I walked out of there, and I come from a past of addiction and stuff. I didn't think politics affected anything, but I did walk out of his office and said, he's going to be the greatest president ever. If he's with all the things we talked about, my pillow being made in the USA. I said I was going to have a platform at which I do, the Lindell Recovery Network.org, which helps addicts. And he said, I'm going to stop the drugs pouring in. And we just had this back and forth.
Yeah, because that's what stops drug addiction. Because, yeah, how have we been stopping drugs? How has that war on drugs been working out in the States? Let me know.
And I went to his employees afterwards, and I asked them. I kind of did my due diligence.
Dude, yeah, he's kind of got that. I was thinking of you just took the words out of mouth in the beginning. He was still kind of like, he's like, I don't know if crack, but like he's on something.
I'm going, is this real? I mean, the only agenda he had was to help our country and to help people, and that's what and they all said yes. He's amazing boss, amazing man, and they all had a personal.
You know what's funny is before Donald Trump tried to become president, he was notorious for being a piece of shit. When did that change? Like, when did everyone, like, he runs for president, everyone thinks he's the second coming of fucking Christ. Whereas before, everyone's like, yeah, that's what sells him. He's a piece of garbage. We've had worse president than Trump, but Trump is easily in the bottom three. Yeah, well, yeah, he's up there. We've had worse, but he's pretty bad.
Story about him. And then, boy, I got back to Minnesota and I did a press release, and you didn't think I shot someone. They attacked me and called me a racist and called me everything. And all I did was say I had a meeting with Donald Trump that was running for president.
You, at that event at the White House that I mentioned at the start of the pandemic, you said that Donald Trump was, quote, chosen by God. How...
I love when people say that. I highly doubt that God would have chosen Donald Trump. How many times is he married? How many of his spouses did he cheat on? How much insane shit has he done?
How did God reveal to you that he had chosen Trump?
Well, I was
smoking crack one night, and then I couldn't tell if I was hallucinating or it was a vision that came before me, and then all of a sudden I was told by God himself or the crack that Donald Trump is destined to be president. Then I continued to smoke crack, and I don't remember what the fuck happened after that.
Bunch of
Yeah, the only way God would have chosen Trump is if he ran out of locusts.
divine appointments for me. I had a dream in the spring of 2015 that I'd be meeting Donald Trump, and I'm going, why would I want to meet Donald Trump? And all of a sudden, he's...
Oh, God. Yes, destiny. Destiny is what brought you to him. That is what it is. Fuck. Here we go. Have you seen that Mike got pranked during his social media launch live stream? They made him think Trump was... Yes, I saw that. That was great. He was so, like, defeated and pissed. Oh, that was fantastic. He's in the club of bad presidents. He was terrible before, and somehow he's a good guy. Trump has indoctrinated people so blindly, but only like him because he's not a career politician. Yeah, I just don't get it. I remember like people telling me like they've had like people who were contracted to work with him and he wouldn't pay them, and just his history. He's never been known. He was known as like the outlandish playboy who was a piece of shit when he was younger, when he was like younger than me. When did he become like? You ever see that picture where they have him like Jesus Christ has his arm on his shoulder? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my, it is amazing how someone, you could spin any, you can make, if someone gets the right media attention, they could turn anybody into a god. Anybody. He is the real life stupider version of Ron Swanson. Well, no, he made a lot of fucking money. He made a lot of money selling shitty pillows. I remember I tried a My Pillow at someone's house when I was staying. I don't remember where the fuck I was, and I'm like, this feels like one of those hotel pillows you'd get at like a motel. Like, what the fuck is this thing? Reese's Puffs, peanut butter. Oh yeah, I love Reese's Puffs, man. They're good shit. I haven't had them. I haven't had cereal in a very long time, but that's quite good.
Lies, cover-ups.
Comes down the escalator running for president. Then I had, in my book, I explain all this. I actually to the National Prayer Breakfast in early 2016, and when Ben Carson was still running for office, and I was picked out of 12 people out of the whole prayer breakfast with thousands there to pray with Ben Carson in a room, and
no pun intended. As an agnostic person, this hurts my soul. I hate when people say this shit. If presidents are chosen by God, why do we bother having an election? We could be saving. Because, man, it's all to appeal to a stupid fucking base that falls for this shit. You know, again, why I'm about to say Trump. I'm almost sound like Biden here. Bush, they did polls to run why people were voting for Bush in 2004, and a lot of people said because he believes in Jesus, or he believes in he's and I'm like, that's the reason that you're voting for somebody. I shouldn't even have to explain why that's so fucking ridiculous.
And just these things kept happening to me, and it was like building up, and I'm.
But that's to appeal to that base that believes in all that shit, and there's a huge portion of the country that does. Oh, God said he was destined. So why don't you just let God choose who's leading the country then? Why do we even have to vote? You're right. So you want? I'm sorry. Would you like me to say Flava? I'm sorry. There you go. Peanut butter Flava. The Tech Time team. There you go.
I'm going, this all has to mean something, and it wouldn't mean that I just end up going golfing with Donald Trump or something. And there was so many divine appointments that led up to that, and then I just it was something.
Yeah, it was all in God's hands.
Something different, something that, you know.
A trust fund baby gets into cahoots with a former crackhead. It was destined by God.
Because I just know this had to, all these things that happen. I look at to know that God exists. I use mathematics and say if you have a 1 in a million happen, or a 1 in a billion, or this thing happens that could never happen. When do you add them together and consider a miracle? And that's what.
So what about children that are born in developing nations who can't even have access to clean water? Are they being punished by God? Does God not like them? Innocent children? Don't hand me that destiny shit, man. Don't hand me that.
What kept happening to me, and I go, he's been picked, he has been chosen for such a time as this.
Wow, so if I hear you correctly, you're saying what others might see as odds and probability, you see as divine appointment.
Absolutely. Because
wow.
If you look at it, and especially when there's more than one, and then there's confirmations of that. Here's a guy for me being just an ex-addict from Minnesota.
I love how most people use religion and always use all of a sudden good things happen, must be God. Yeah, but what about when the bad... I love how when good things happen, it must be God, but when bad things happen, they don't go, thank you, God, for letting me get robbed at gunpoint today. I won the lottery. Oh, God is great.
Soda, a guy, very functioning addict, growing up again, and here I end up in the White House. I'll tell you an example. So I end up in the White House.
You end up in the White House because you're a multimillionaire, and he probably saw a sucker all over your fucking forehead, and he was right.
At a roundtable event, I never thought I could come within 100 yards of the White House with my pass.
I see. I see.
Now I'm actually smoking crack in one of the White House bathrooms.
If bad things happen, it was the devil. Yeah. Yeah, Jesus must not want us to have health care. Yeah, Jesus wants a paywall for people. Oh, like Ben Shapiro said. Yeah, you got to treat. We try to treat healthcare like a couch you can't afford. Can't afford that couch, you can't buy it. If you need a life-saving treatment and you can't afford it, sucks for you. You must die then. I'm a millionaire. I don't care. My wife's a doctor, so even if I didn't have healthcare, she could just take care of me. My wife's vagina never gets wet. She doesn't understand what a wet-ass pussy is.
Here I end up in the White House. I said, who's sitting here? And they go, the president is. There's like 15 of us in the room. First time I was ever in the White House, and they do that. We go on national TV. Then it's just him and I facing forward, and it went viral, that screenshot. And all my friends are going, "What is this ex-crack addict sitting next to the president of the United States? Jesus is real, because this could not happen."
This makes
this all makes Jesus real.
no sense, right? In other words, it's almost like Mike Lindell, pillow guy, being at the White House makes such little sense. It must be divine intervention.
Absolutely. And it's
Wow.
It's just like when I spoke at the Rose Garden there when I went there, and we did start making masks. I had got a letter from the White House saying, "Would you come in and?" Because we had started making masks. We were one of the first ones, I believe, in the country. And we get there, and he's going to have us all speak.
But it's so weird. Now, think about how a contradiction here. He's making masks. He's working with a guy, which anyone who says it, I've seen the fucking interviews myself, not taken out of context. Trump did not, he was anti-mask. He was more worried about his fucking spray tan than wearing a mask. And here, I thought the masks weren't a big thing. My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, why are you making masks if masks don't work and they're unnecessary? Exodia obliterate. You have me say strange things and it scares me. I don't know about this Tech Time Team guy. What do we got to do with him here? What's going on with him? Tell me, figure it out and call me later. All right? Good looking bird. Actually, Fender.
And you have to have pre-approved remarks. And if I told you the whole story, I mean, it's just it's divine how everything went down.
That's
Even
something.
me sitting in the front row
Right.
was things that couldn't happen. That was a series of events happened there where I ended up being the only one on stage with him, and then asked him if I could say something off the cuff.
Oh,
and
my
flipped his
God.
paper over, and then spoke out about
I
reading our
remember.
Bibles, getting back in the Word, and it.
I know this. Crazy thing was Jesus was non-political, but the right use him for their own agenda because people know the stereotype of religion. A lot of people don't even know the history, man. They just know the stereotypes of it.
If you to think there, I mean, I'm
not making it like I'm a historical expert. He was also, I'm pretty sure Jesus was also against organized religion. Could be wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure he was, for obvious reasons.
That was heard around the world. I did 109 interviews in 5 days.
Well, Mike, listen, there's so many things I want to ask you about. Let me do a few that are sort of like shorter things. One is, in terms of states that were given to Joe Biden that you believe Donald Trump won. How extensive is that list?
It's huge, and it's absolutely huge. And not that I know he won, because we have all the packet captures and the data from the whole election.
We'll get to that.
Minnesota, New Hampshire.
The election was stolen from Donald Trump to have Joe Biden, who's basically another Republican, get in office, who will do the same fucking bidding as a Republican would do. Yes, it was stolen.
All the swing states we talk about, Nevada, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
And the list goes on and on. There are very few that Biden won, less than 10.
At one point I heard you say you believe Trump even won California. Do you still believe that?
That's correct, and we're going to reveal that at the Cyber Symposium. I'm happy. These are going to be, we actually will have the data to back that up.
What's the math of, just to pick one, Mike, for people to understand? California has 22 million registered voters. 10 million are Democrats, and there's 5 million Republicans. How did Trump win California?
I didn't say he won for sure. We're going to reveal that at the symposium. Let's use Minnesota.
You did just say that. You just said we're going to reveal all that. Oh, God. Oh, the reason why they can't fathom Biden winning is because Trump being a shit president doesn't compute to their fucking bird. Yeah, I mean, I could see if we had some super far left, like super socialist, out of nowhere dictator that was just looking to stronghold the election. It's fucking Joe Biden. He's been playing patty cake with the fucking Republicans for the past 40 plus fucking years, if not longer. The guy's like 800 years old. Do you really think he's going to go in there and just radically change the U.S. government and make us a socialist country when he never has yet, and he's had countless opportunities to try to do it? He was vice president, too.
Okay.
My home state. Well, they are losing Minnesota by 100,000 votes. Now, I went around all over, and everyone say, "Oh, Minneapolis," and all. We only have like two big cities, Duluth and Minneapolis, St. Paul, and it's all Democrats supposedly, right? And all our northern Minnesota Democrat. Well, that's the past, everybody. That ship sailed. Those were traditional Democrats, a lot of them.
Wow.
And Minnesota, the actual number, Minnesota won. Donald Trump won by 65,000. And we will show this too at this symposium.
Yeah.
This is facts.
Hey, Rich, I hope this evening I'm going to do a computer configuration assignments while chilling in your live stream. Love you and your content. Thank you very much, man. We're sitting here listening to some wisdom from Mike Lindell, who, again, is still pushing the conspiracy that Donald Trump had a landslide win of the election, even though it's been proving otherwise. And even if you haven't seen the proof, why the fuck would they go through all this to have another centrist Democrat who's basically a Republican get the nomination and win the election? That's all I can say. I had a burp.
These are facts. And how did that happen? Because it doesn't matter where the past, everything changed with Donald Trump. People are voting. I believe people are voting they want politicians that are for the people. That think, and Donald Trump did stuff for all people. If you get to this great place we were in December of 2019, I think everyone, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, realizes that that month, that was a manifestation of a couple years of decisions being made by politicians, i.e., Donald Trump, and those common sense decisions that made, here's a problem, here's a solution. How will it help people? All people, not just their party or a personal agenda. And and we've seen that. It was just awesome that everyone in this country got to experience that, what political decisions could manifest to. And man, everything was great. We had highest consumer confidence, lowest gas prices, lowest unemployment. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
Stock market high. I mean, across the board, Those were because of political decisions, everybody.
I want to focus in on the election piece just so we kind of keep that path forward. There are some, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who, while she believes there were problems with the election, she says Trump is not coming back. It is false hope to believe he will be reinstated. You've said August or September. Do you still believe that, and what's the mechanism?
100% I believe that. And
Oh, my God. And it's so dangerous that this guy pushes this, too. Because there is a lot of people that buy into all this shit, man. And someone's going to get hurt again. Or worse, again.
Wow.
She's misconstrued. I mean, there's a couple things here. We're having the cyber symposium. After that, that's August 10th, 11th, and 12th. Everybody's going to watch this. I want it to be the biggest watched event in history.
Yep.
Billion people. You watch that, and you're going to see the packet captures and data from the whole election. This is non-subjective evidence, everybody. It's what I've had for months now, and I've been trying to get the word out, but let's just cancel Mike Lindell and my pillow. I've been trying to get the word out. Now, this gets out. We've had it ready for the Supreme Court. It's called a quo warranto. We bring that to the Supreme Court, and everyone says, well, they're not going to bring back Donald Trump. Yes, they are. Here's why.
So hold on, Mike, I want to hear it, but I want to make sure the audience doesn't miss it. The Supreme Court is the mechanism that will bring him back, you're saying?
There's more than one, but I'm giving you the first one.
Okay,
The easiest one.
Okay.
Even though every single court case was shot down. There was a couple close calls, but every single court case was shot down for when they tried to present evidence about election fraud. Every single one. Not just one or 10, or even if even 70% and 30% they were like, no, every single one. But Mike Lindell, my pillow guy, he's got the damning evidence that he's going to present to the Supreme Court. Let that sink in.
Yeah, because billions of people are going to see it, and people in France are going to come fly over here and vote for Donald Trump.
Okay. The easiest one. When we get through the
He's a good salesman, though, because I can see why people put shit pillows.
cyber symposium, which everybody needs to tell everybody to watch. This is so important because these 9 Supreme Court justices, they're people too. They've lived the American dream. They have families, they have children, grandchildren, friends, family. Everyone needs to watch this because it shows that this was an attack by China on our country. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican. I said on Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy said, if it was reversed, Mike, would you do the same thing? Absolutely, I would. This is an attack on our country. So what happens is, in our country's history, every elected official, everyone that you find out later there was a crime committed, i.e. election fraud, the real winner gets put back in. It's happened every single election. Now,
Name examples. You can't make a bold fucking statement like that. Name examples.
never happened at the presidential level.
Right.
That's the only difference. So there is precedence, but also you combine this is an attack by China. This was a very...
I thought it was by Venezuela. How do we go from Venezuela to China? Hebrew 10:25 encourages gathering together, but with politics, war, and grifting involved, spoils it. Also, live stream. Maybe I will live stream the Imposium. That should be fun. No, he wouldn't act the same way, dude. He's doing Trump's bidding. I'm sure there is some huge financial gain or other, who knows, maybe he has political aspirations and he thinks that this grift is going to get him there. That's what he thinks.
Very, very, it's an act of war, basically, is
Wow.
what it is. They've attacked us, and the Democrats warned us of this, everybody. They warned us from my...
I know, there was suicides, too, from what happened as well. It's sad, man. There's a lot of blood on a lot of people's hands, and this is what makes me very angry about all this misinformation that's put out there. Am I saying there are conspiracies in my government that don't exist? Fuck no. I'm not that stupid. But again, this is one where they're picking and choosing a fight where there's no fight, there's no battle to choose. They're just making one there because this is a narrative that they want to push because they want to accrue power again.
Senator Amy Klobuchar to Kamala Harris, they all warned us about this cyber attack, about going through the machines and taking our country without guns, and they just happen to use the Democrat Party. So no matter who you are,
Trump, Lindell, 20, yeah, okay. Please no.
Go back to it. Now, the Supreme Court's going to get this.
Yeah.
We're going to give it probably late August. And now what they...
Of course he watches Alex Jones. Of course he does. Alex Jones even kind of jumped off the Trump train, if you've noticed. They caught him like behind, like he thought the camera was off. So goddamn sick and tired of talking about Trump.
Do with it. I'm not the Supreme Court, but they'll have some options. They might put, pull it down and put Donald Trump in right away because his evidence is non-subjective. 100%.
I see.
Or because all the down tickets were affected too. Many down.
Keep in mind this guy, like a Newsmax, like they make Fox News seem like they're. I think this still I have it on with it just sums up like the interaction between David Pakman and Mike Lindell. Newsmax, the guy was like, "Oh, dude, shut the." He walked off. Newsmax, the guy walked off interviewing Mike Lindell. Newsmax may as well be like, "We are the Gargle Trump's Nuts Network."
Down tickets. Maybe the Supreme Court, I'm just putting it out there, has a whole new election.
Wow.
Now you say, well, how could we have a new election with these machines? We can't. But at the symposium on the 10th, 11th, and 12th of August, remember, it's live streamed on Frank's Speech worldwide.
Yeah, he's tired of Trump. And he even said it off, not even on the show. I think it was behind the scenes at his show that he's tired of fucking Donald Trump, man.
Of course.
And worldwide, frankspeech.com, we're going to live stream it 72 hours straight. We're going to unveil a replacement for the machines. And everyone says, well, Mike, are you going to do that? Now you're going to show this is just a money thing so you can make money? No, we're giving the technology away to all companies. So
okay, but so to one, I want to go one thing because there's so much here. My head is is literally spinning here, Mike. Just to show how confident you are that this reinstatement would happen, would you want to make a financial bet with me on it? Because I just don't see it, and I want to prove to people just how confident you are. Would you want to put $25,000 up against me on it that by the end of September Trump is reinstated?
One of my addictions was gambling.
No. Wow. Bro, you're a multimillionaire. Dump 25,000, man. Come on. You got 20.
That's one of my addictions, so, Jesus won't let me do it because I'm full of shit.
But I will tell you this. I put up $5 million a prize at the Cyber Symposium. $5 million for anyone that's there, which is we've invited. Now, we have over 100 cyber forensic experts from around the country and a couple from out of this country.
What does that mean, a cyber forensic? What's that credential?
DSP Selson Blue. I would trust DSP running the country before Mike Lindell. I don't think anyone here will disagree with that one.
Cyber forensic experts.
They have CISSP, but it's more than that. These are guys that protect our country. A lot of them work for the government. When you have a cyber attack, these are experts that can read these packet captures, that can just what actually happened. It shows where the attack came from, the computer that was intruded, how many votes were flipped. They're going to read all this during the 72 hours. We're going to go through all 50 states. And a packet capture, everybody, is like a picture you can't change. You can't alter.
That's true, but Mike, and this is so important because I saw the packet captures and I saw the numbers, and I went to, in preparation for the interview, to be thorough, I went to some cyber experts on this. What they told me is that what you previewed, I don't remember if it was on Frank's Speech or on Newsmax or where it was a couple weeks ago, but you showed the numbers scrolling. They said that that's absolutely meaningless, that those are called hex dumps, and it's just a way to look at computer memory.
We just put B-roll out there. Those aren't the captures. So we put B-roll. Those are from the election.
Those are...
Every single outlet, including CNN, I just did a 2.5-hour interview with them about 4 days ago.
But you showed the packet captures.
Okay.
You're saying you gave a preview of them. Now you're saying that's just B-roll. Oh my God, this guy could lie straight to your face and make you think that you're lying and confuse the. This guy is good, man, and he's good in a horrible way. Holy shit. He would make me question if my channel's called Review Tech USA after I was done with him. Yeah, his expert's gonna. His expert. He's gonna just have like. So he's gonna have like Jay Leno walk out on stage. He's like, "Hey, run here, all right. That is a hex dump over here. You know, I haven't been really funny in 30 fucking years. I'm just gonna go and make another car video on YouTube."
That's to show you what this data, if you're any kind of a cyber guy, you can decipher and say, well, that was from the 2020 election.
Okay.
Your guy should have told you that.
So what you're saying is what you put up there is the style of what you will be unveiling at the symposium, but it is not the actual data.
Those were actual data.
It was
So if it was that, holy shit. So if it was actual data, then it's actual data that the people that David Pakman talked to, they can actually decipher and see if there's anything to it. But before you just said it was B-roll that was meaningless. So which one? What is it, Mike? Which one is it? I think you're lying.
actual data.
That was actual data. 100% actual data. So if you talk to guys, that wasn't packet captured. That was data from the packet captures that were captured. So what we're going to do at the Cyber Symposium, you're going to be able to go up to, imagine this, we're going to have on stage, we're going to have a panel, and we're going to go just like election night. And the state of New Hampshire goes to Donald Trump.
Whoa.
So this will be the real election, okay?
This will be the real election. See, but you see how dangerous is what he's doing? Because people are going to totally buy into this. And people are going to, they're already going off the fucking rails. Wow. This is the real election. So now people are going to be like, oh, this is the real election. Donald Trump's the elected president. I'm going to have to go and fucking riot in the streets. I'm going to have to go try to pull another coup on the fucking Capitol. At
the stage, we have a cyber center. Any of these politicians or the media, you're invited yourself, David, if you want to come. And then you can get your $5 million prize. You can bring your own cyber guys. Absolutely. If you're beside the stage, you'll be able to punch in a state or a county or the whole election. If you punch in the whole election, you got Donald Trump winning 80 million to 68 million. But now you do this. Now listen, we're going to have these 100 cyber guys that came from all over the country. None of them know each other. They were, we invited and they've called in. We've vetted them that they're good. They're the best. Okay. So they're going to divide up into groups, like let's say 8 to a group, and we're going to give them a state. Here's the state of Georgia. Here's the raw data. And they're going to sit there and make sure 100% that what I'm telling you is the truth.
They'll go through it.
And they're going to go through it live.
I see.
And then we're going to have them on the stage, and they're going to have the people. It's like reading a language. Let's say this was.
Yeah, because it totally can't be that these people that supposedly are experts that have never met each other weren't paid behind the scenes. Like, how are you going to prove this, man? Oh, but
it's all written in Chinese. You'd have to have people there that could read the Chinese and say, yep, this is what it says. Now, since it's non-subjective, every cyber guy will say the exact same thing. And when you're watching that from home, now when you're watching that, anybody cyber guy or anybody in the world that sees this will be 100%, not 92%. By the time the symposium is over, everyone, Democrats, Republicans, liberals, conservatives, are going to go, wow, we need to do something now. This was an attack by China. This is real. These heroes that captured this information, which is these packet captures, our government should have been doing this because the Democrats weren't. But you don't. They said, oh, none of the machines were online. So why would you? It'd be like getting flood insurance when you say, hey, there's not going to be any water. What they lied to us. They lied to the American people.
So. I'm out of breath from all of this information that you're giving me, Mike. There's a couple other things I want to get to, and maybe I know your time is short, so maybe we can keep these short. I am not a Christian, so I may not be in a position to understand this, but If Donald Trump was selected by God, as you are certain that he was, why would God allow Joe Biden to even become president and force you to go through all of this?
That is, yeah. And let's see what the evasive. This is the thing. If God is just choosing people, why don't we just let God choose them?
Why not just put Trump in the White House again?
Well, I believe that that's part of this divine thing that's going on, because
Really?
people don't look. Let me tell you, people do not look for hope unless things are going bad.
Huh.
And that's why I believe this will be the greatest revival for Jesus, and we will be once again one nation under God ever.
Oh my God. Separation of church and state, anybody?
Because all these people, including yourself, are going to see miracles unfold here.
Mike,
and
are
these
you
things
saying
are gonna be
even
revealed. Let me just finish.
even
These
a
things
Jewish guy like me will see Jesus?
Okay. What's that?
Even a Jewish guy
gonna
like
see-
me.
You're going to see miracles. You're going to
Okay.
see miracles
Really?
unfold. You're going to see miracles unfold. You can believe whatever you want, but you're going to see things that you thought were impossible happen. And you're saying, you asked me, why would God let this happen?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't, people don't look for. I'll give you an example. I was in about 2 years ago. I was with a guy, and he said, and he goes, Mike, our nation has turned its back on God. People have turned its back on him. And he says, people aren't looking for God unless things bad happen. And he goes, it's something like the Great Depression. And I said, no. In the Great Depression, they had God. They were just praying for food and shelter. I said, we have something better than that. I said, we have addiction. I said, so this is when I set up my Lindell Recovery Network.org. I said, when you're in addiction, you're looking for hope. You're looking out.
Yeah, like they're just contradicting themselves. Make Cyber Guys a drop, please. Yeah, the Cyber Guys. I love that. How are these Cyber Guys verified? How do we know that even if they do have a career in cybersecurity, that you didn't pay them off to say this? Hey, you use that same kind of shit. Oh, Rich, why are you just believing in this? How do you know this didn't happen? How do you know that? How do I know it? Like, with that mindset, we use that for everything.
You need, and it's about your soul. It's about salvation. You're praying, okay? But then along came the China virus, the pandemic.
If mental gymnastics was a sport, Lindell would win it. That's the thing, is that he just throws so much shit at you that it's just like, what's my name again? I like, let alone forgetting the subject of what you were even interviewing him on. It's like, you don't even know who the fuck you are anymore.
Pandemic, and then came this election. Everybody is seeing what is going on now. I have Democrat friends of mine and liberal friends of mine. I talk to them and they go, wow. I can't believe this. Mike, you were right. This is a manifestation of socialism. I'm not blaming the Democrat Party. I'm saying that the China picked them and they used them. And you're going to see this.
The China picked them. The China.
I see.
So you can see these, when people say, straightening out our country. I'll give you an example too, David. When Jimmy Kimmel said to me in his attack, he said, Mike, would you do it if it was reversed? I said, of course, this isn't about Donald Trump. I said, this is about saving our country with China and these machines. This is about saving not just our country, but the world. All these other countries are worried too. We are in an age where it's cyber.
That's why they were relieved when Biden was president. They were terrified. They were terrified, huh?
Attacks. This is computers that can take your country. And you know what happened after that? They came back. The Washington Post and all these outlets came to Minnesota and asked my friends and people from my past, come on, would Mike really be sounding the alarm if Donald Trump, if they'd have picked him, China picked him? Every one of them said, yes, David. Do you think they did a story on that? No.
Wow.
Every one of them, because you know what? This is about our country. This is about election. It doesn't matter who won or lost it. When your vote didn't matter, and you're going to see that.
What it just proves is Biden won anyway. Now what? It was like with flat earthers trying to prove the earth is flat and spending nearly $35,000 to prove it was right. There's just, And the thing is, this guy obviously has to be a very smart man. You don't sell a shit pillow to people and become a multimillionaire doing it. I wish I could go into his brain and know what his true purposes are, because they're probably not good.
At the cyber symposium, nobody's vote mattered during that. Nobody's vote mattered. They used the 2010 census report.
Oh yeah, obviously David's being like true hardcore sorry. I think I feel like David should go in more. Like, I don't feel like he's going in enough. Does anyone else agree with me? That's an interesting look. Look at David's like, finally something to watch with you, Rich. Is that certificate of excellence printed out from Google Image and make it look real? Yeah, the certificate of evidence, excellence you saw behind there. I saw that too. Can I get 4 fart and 2 laugh at Mike? Yes, of course. Have it roll over. It seems more realistic. Ultimate Snake. Oh, yeah. Think about it. Those pillows are really, truly mediocre. And again, before he had anything to do, I tried those fucking pillows. So it had nothing to do with his presidents. It has nothing to do with what his affiliations were. Kind of like Donald Trump being a piece of shit before he had anything to do with politics. Everyone knew that's what he was fucking famous for. It was part of the reason he was famous. He was a dude with a bunch of money who fucking was a womanizer, and he treated his employees like garbage. He was known for that for eons.
That's why you have so many rural counties where double the people voted that even live in the county. And
what's with these well-off people getting on stage and yelling about politics? Because, dude, you need that. There's some exceptions, but generally you need a lot of fucking wealth to get into politics. And a lot of times wealthy people also want power. Where do you get power? By being a politician. Can they just spend their lives driving Lamborghinis? Because I think what happens too, man, is that you get so fucking wealthy that it just gets to the point where it's like, what else can I do with my time? Oh, you just grab, because a lot of times people, when they're that ambitious, it's not just about getting money, it's about getting more than that too. And that's a lot what happens as well. I get the fact that we should, in fact, be afraid of what can be done with computers, but this reeks of boomer, scary computer machine mindset. Yes. Because I'm also sure that Mike Lindell and Trump know that their base doesn't understand fucking any of this. And it seems, oh, wow, they got data packet captures. Do you even know what that means? No, but it sounds legitimate, so I'm going to trust it. By the way, Rich, how are you? I need a hug. Can I? Yes, you're a solid crusader. You could get a hug. Here is your hug from a bird. Handsome bird. Just like how they use that for the boomers too, with video games are bad. Don't go after other things, but it's the video games that caused all this. It's the same fucking thing because they don't understand it.
These are done on a total separate thing here with mathematics.
Yeah.
That we could prove this.
Mike, there's this incredible image of you in the aftermath of the election, leaving the White House, and a zoomed-in picture sees you carrying a paper that says martial law on it. Who raised the topic of martial law in that meeting with Trump?
Well, let me see. Now, if you'd have done your due diligence on that, David, I said I was bringing him the evidence I got on January 9th, this cyber evidence that I got brought to me.
Cyber evidence. Cyber evidence. Oh, he just said cyber evidence, and he meant it. Oh, no.
On January 9th.
Okay.
That was 4 pages. These other lawyers had given me 2 pages to give to him. I had never even read it. I didn't know what was on it. That got opened up. It never got talked about in the Oval Office. That's a very famous story there. I brought in the evidence.
So you just carry papers to somebody. Why wouldn't a secretary do that? Ooh, so you just carry, oh, look, paper. Oh, look, martial law. I'm just giving these papers to somebody. Never mind me. Don't worry about them. Shut the fuck up. Oh, this due diligence. Well, so the due diligence is that David Pakman, who I assure you I'm not defending, we just roasted him before this, is, oh, David, you should have known I'm just a fucking moron and don't look at the papers that I'm handing to the President of the United fucking States. rich maybe. It was private information. So why the fuck was it out there that someone could take a picture and you could see it says martial law on it? Doesn't add up. None of it adds up.
This is why I'm asking you. Yeah.
Yeah, but he said, bring this upstairs. The lawyers brought me upstairs. Now the
Having terrible cramps and feeling mad, but this commentary is golden hilarious to me. Keep at it. Sorry about that, Mari, but I'm glad you're enjoying this. You will lose salvation by not fighting globalists. Alex Jones on his Christian listeners recently. Oh, that's good. That's good. So he's indirectly wanted people to get physical. I've seen many times in the past before. Then he always tries to get, I'm sorry, I'm a Christian. I did not mean to tell you to go out and pistol whip people. I will not pistol whip anybody. I may daydream about it and masturbate to it, but I will not pistol whip anybody.
sheets were over. They gave me the sheets back, and I was outside the back end, and then they seen that martial law in there. It was never brought up in the Oval Office. It was
okay.
And he didn't. And the sheets were given back, and I brought upstairs to his attorneys, which shooed me out of the White House.
Okay.
So something that you have on the sheet you never saw, you handed the sheets to him. He looked at them, never brought it up. Why? Then what were these sheets about? Were you used to like, oh, here's my martial law toilet paper. Oh man, that felt great on my ass.
I'm asking to get the story
Come
straight
on,
from
man.
you. Two other
But,
real
but you know what?
Yes.
But that was so important. You know why?
Yeah.
Because for no media would talk to Mike Lindell. So from that point on, every single day I was attacked by bots and trolls. My retailers are gone. On my shopping channels, they attacked Mike Lindell, My Pillow. Dominion sued over 200 people and used lawfare in our country to where last week I just had to dump Fox. Shame on Fox News. I've had to use all the left-wing media. Every day they have my direct number. I get calls from morning to night. But you know what? They bash me and they attack me, but at least I get to talk about the truth, which is China attacked our country and stole our election from the American people.
Last two things. One, do you have voting machines in your possession somewhere?
Yes, we do.
You do? And how many of them?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
You don't know that. You're making it like you have this whole thing as a scam down to the letter. You don't you think you would want, like, that's a big thing.
We have 75,000 voting machines, and all the voting machines have been compromised by China and Venezuela.
Like, come on. Oh, man. That's like saying
we have the murder weapon in our possession. What was the murder weapon? I don't know that.
I have no idea. We're going to have, that's another thing we're going to have at the Cyber Symposium. We're going to show you mock elections.
The Cyber Symposium. The Cyber Symposium. This is meant for anyone over like the age of like 65 plus to watch. Oh, the Cyber Symposium. Is it Y2K compliant, Mike?
We're going to have random cyber people put in a
cyber people
soundproof room. We're going to capture the packets, which are in the routers.
Of course.
That's why Arizona won't give up the routers.
Strong routers, yeah. Where did you get the voting machines? Where did you get them?
No, lawyers got them. Believe me, they were got legal. You can buy them on eBay there.
Okay.
David, why don't you buy a couple?
I don't have any use for them, quite frankly. Last thing, Mike, Frank's speech, it was billed as it will be the new revolutionary social website. When I check it, it's just like a video of you talking. What's going on with that?
No, that's Lindell TV. That's correct. You're very incorrect. If you go there, there's thousands of these are all voice. The network part was built first, so all these people that have had their voices suppressed, like your I don't know, pick anyone that has been kicked off of YouTube or Vimeo for talking about machines or vaccines, or even Jesus. They've been kicked off of there, canceled out. Now,
wish I knew the context of why they were kicked off of there for Jesus, because I'm sure it's David's dry humor has me dying. This guy, I feel like he could go in harder though. He's kind of doing, he's only like one step away from my Intellivision Amico interview where I basically just let Tommy talk for 2 hours. I failed pretty miserably on that. He's not that far away from that, though. I feel like he could have went in and like asked some even more. I mean, he's a step above, but
now they're over here, so we have a safe place where they don't have their platform pulled. That's our network part. The social media part is coming out probably in a month or two.
Okay.
And that's the part where people can go, like the Twitter part of it. Right now, for me, the media part of it, so we would have a voice. We have millions of people on there now, and so when I talk, the word's getting out instead of people like Fox that don't let the word out.
Right.
it's amazing how they're anti-Fox now. They were used to fucking... Fox is a tremendous news network. I masturbate to Fox every morning while I'm getting my spray tan. It's a tremendous masturbation session.
So now at least I have the terrible media that bashes me every day, and I'm able to talk on my own platform and put out.
Nine of the highest cybersecurity experts looked into evidence and as well checked with state over several times, and no points out evidence the election, and they are all nonsense. Addiction caused him this, you mean? Dude, he knows this, though. He doesn't care. This is just to rile up that brain-dead base. And not every person who voted for Trump, especially in 2016. 2020 at that point, still, you know, there's even some people then that were just like, look, I know Joe Biden's history and whatever. But the MAGA base is eating all this up, and he knows that, man. And there's a lot of them out there. He doesn't care. It's not about actual evidence. He knows it's a crock of shit, but it's propaganda. It's hopium for people who are addicted to it. And he wants to keep them riled up, and who knows what it'll cause. And he knows that.
Stuff that doesn't get censored. It's our First Amendment right to free speech. Like Alan Dershowitz said,
wow.
He's one of my attorneys. He said,
really?
You know, Mike, this will be the most important case for
yes,
our First Amendment right of free speech in history. Because they only used lawfare one other time in 1798.
Wow.
That's where they used lawfare to suppress. So if you get, you know, it'll be amazing if you know, on your show, if you could say Dominion, 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 or Smartmatic, Smartmatic, Smartmatic.
Wow.
You know,
Mike, I appreciate your time so much. If this doesn't work out, are you open to the idea that maybe Joe Biden just won? Or like, are you even theoretically open to that?
David, I put everything I had on. You're going to watch it too, so I would really like it if you came and brought a cyber guy and tried to win the $5 million prize.
Wow.
I know in the beginning here you kind of mocked it. I'll bet you $25,000. I know you don't believe it. You don't. The people don't.
That
believe
was
it.
serious. I would bet you 25.
I have an invite to the symposium. And you can send your own cyber guy, win the $5 million prize. You could expand your audience.
Dude, just do it to 25,000 now. If you're that comfortable with this and you think it's just going to knock everybody off their feet with the damning evidence that you have, just come on, man. Just do just symbolically do it if you're really that confident in it. That's what, if I had evidence and I was selling it, and I truly believe, or if I was Mike Lindell and I truly was confident in it and wanted to make a point, I'm on a leftist show, I would be like, yeah, man, absolutely, 25,000. I will place a bet with you right now. Place the bet. Place it. He's not kidding.
I'm traveling on that day.
There is no chance. There is 100% no chance that this didn't happen, because I'm showing evidence. You need to understand.
Yeah.
Packet captures. I have it for the whole election. I have it in my.
I think that he's full of shit. I think Kyle's wrong on that one. This is a guy who, again, became a multimillionaire by selling a shit pillow that you could, like, it is really a mediocre fucking pillow. No, I don't think he believes it. I don't think he does. And if he does, he is the luckiest idiot in the world. Because if he's buying into all this and truly believes what he's saying, wow. How does this guy run a business?
My possession, it's like, is this a phone? Yes, it's a phone. That's why it's going to be a 9-0 vote from the Supreme Court.
Wow.
Because you're not even asking them about anything that's subjective. This is the evidence. It's like you and I taking a picture in the 1970s where you couldn't alter it.
Right.
You know, you can't alter it. You can't change it. It shows everything in detail.
Yeah.
You have the packet captures. It's like, why in Arizona did they want to give up the routers? Because those show the packet captures. If you ask any cyber guy in the world, if you have a cyber attack, which we have all the time on private businesses,
Yep.
The government, everything, and we just had a gas line one. These cyber experts that I hired to validate this evidence, remember, I've spent about $12 million, $15 million now of my own money to validate all this evidence so that I could sit here and tell you, I've already had the people, the best in the world, look at it, and they said, these are people that protect our country, and said, this is 100%. I said, it's not 99.9. They said, no, 100%. I said, well, when you have a cyber...
No person that's worth their weight, no expert in any field would leave 0% chance of something being wrong. That's just common sense. Rich, have you heard of the Titanfall hacking conspiracy? It's related to Apex going down July 4th because the DDoS... Yeah, I heard about that. Because they want them to stop neglecting Titanfall. I didn't even know people were still playing that online, man. The original one, too, right? I'm pretty sure.
Attack or breach do you need more? They said, no, if you have the packet captures, you have it all.
Wow. Mike Lindell, CEO and inventor of MyPillow. Mike, you've really said it all. We will be watching. We will be waiting for what will happen over the next month or two. I really appreciate your time and telling us your perspective today.
Yeah, if everybody can get to, everyone needs to watch this. So if you watch frankspeech.com and you watch it anytime during those 72 hours, that's all you're going to need. And you're going to be worried about our country. You're going to go, David, you'll be the first one to call me. I'll give you my direct number. You can go, wow. Mike, what are we going to do?
I will be watching, Mike. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, David.
We were still at work, and we started getting these notifications from...
Oh, wow. All right. Let me go full screen. I got to piss, and I'll hang out for some more time. I got to piss badly. I've had to piss for a while. That is incredible. I don't know. I don't think he really buys it, because you see him literally twisting lies as he's saying things. So I don't think he actually believes in any of this. I think he knows that he's slinging some bullshit. I'll be your DBZ King. I'll get back to you when I get right back. Oh, man. Okay. That was fun. That was a good time. I didn't think this. I just thought I was going to be shooting the shit tonight. I don't mind. I actually had fun. But we just had a whole David Pakman, Mike Lindell stream, huh? Jesus Christ. Even when you prove these people wrong on voter fraud, why do you think... I mean, I know I lost my shit a couple weeks ago, and I still am not sorry for it. And I've been very patient with anti-vaxxers and COVID conspiracy theorists. I've called them out before, but I didn't lose it like I did before. But it's just not worth it. Even when you prove these people wrong on voter fraud, they move the goalposts. There's always a fucking easily disprovable excuse, but they'll always move on to the next one. It's just that but what they're saying without saying, whether it's COVID, whether it's flat Earth, whether whether it's every woman's fault that I can't get laid. It's what they always move the goalposts into something else So they could just basically what they're saying is, I'm in denial about whatever I'm refuting with you. I don't care about the evidence. I just want to live in this fantasy world so I sleep better at night. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Trump reminds me of the Reapers from the Mass Effect series. You get too close or stay too long and you get indoctrinated into doing their bidding. Yeah, I don't know, man. I know Kyle. I think he knows he has other nefarious purposes. I really don't think he's innocent on this. I don't think he truly believes it. He's just spewing shit. He's just spewing it. He knows what he's fucking spewing. He knows he's riling up a base. That's all he cares about. And that's his main goal. That was the best not answering. So you are sitting there with papers that have crucial talking points on it. And you had no idea it said, and it was on the top page that someone took a picture and it said martial law on it. You didn't see it? Come on. You can't tell me this guy is innocent on this. He's a bullshit artist. He's a snake oil salesman. He was trying to sell cures for COVID when we were going through like the first or second wave. I remember him being on scene. I
take this supplement every day, and let me tell you, it's proven not to give you COVID.
What research do you have behind it?
My pillow is a very great pillow. It's a successful pillow. It's mediocre, but you'll want to buy it anyway.
Daddy Rich, I'm here. Plays cheering noises. Yes. Here's a bird. You're here. Here's a bird. And I'm a man. Yeah, holy shit. That's a good point. How many subs am I at on this channel? How many subs am I at? This channel's actually growing pretty good. My YouTube channel has stabilized, and I have grown my main one, but not the same as this. Which one is this? Yeah, I am over 40,000 subscribers on this channel. Let's hope we hit 50,000 soon. That's some shit, man. I was like at 26,000 or 27,000 when I first came over here. Patrick Flanagan also hands me the hot dog. You get a handmade clap for that one. We got Poofinator Times as a member. Thank you very much. Wait, there's more of a chance of this channel. Trevor Moore from The Whitest Kids You Know died? Who is Trevor Moore? Why does that name ring a bell? Let me look that up now. I'm telling you, man, this channel's going to hit 1 million subs before I sound like Michael.
This channel's going to hit 1 million subs.
Let me, who is Trevor Moore? Oh, no. Not a PS5. Trends on Twitter. What is this about? That's a story I'll talk about tomorrow. Let me see something else here. In television, Amico, I want to talk about that. News. I just saw the article, too. To the end of the year. I'll go with VGC. People get mad when I use Kotaku. I mean, the news is the news, and as long as it's substantiated. I mean, 62. I don't know if I want to do that tonight, man, because we're kind of in the. So let me, Amico. Yes, I will talk about the Amico because I know for the 12 people that are interested in it, I still think it's worthwhile to talk about. I'm trying to have Boogie and Camelot on. I'm gonna have Player Essence on. Shout out to Player Essence. I actually shot a super chat over to him in one of his streams. So I'm gonna, and I would like to have Wings on. I want to have, I'd like to have DSP on too. I should send out a lot of these emails, man. That's gonna be my main goal. I'm gonna try to get guests on here, because that's another way I want to build this channel. I want to get guests. The fact that a lot of people, just like over 700 people, come to this channel concurrently during my live streams, and it stays around that number on a secondary channel on top of that too, just to come here to see me shoot the shit, is very humbling. I'm not even just saying that to, like, oh, Rich, make sure you say the proper political, make sure you PR, public relations. No, it's true, man. Like, the fact that people enjoy listening to me talk is fucking amazing, but I want to give more too. I generally like these streams better, but there is times I want to interview people, and I think it would be very interesting. I'd love to have Wings on. I'd love to have Cody on. I'm gonna do that shirtless stream eventually with Boogie and Camelot. So I got plans, man. I got plans. Like everyone asked me to do that review on that horrible console. I did it. Yeah, it takes me some time, but I'm a man with an ass, so men with asses take time. In Norse mythology, Loki once turned into a horse, then get impregnated by a horse and gave birth to a horse. That just proves Jesus appointed Trump. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but that made more sense than anything that Mike Lindell just said, so we'll go with it. Invite Tom Cruise. He's a good guy. Invite Tom. We're inviting Tom, Bird. Bird, Tom is coming. Wait. He better not be. At least that way. You know what I'm talking about. That would be disgusting. You're a bird. You're a good-looking bird. Handsome.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
I actually have one of the 2DS XL still in a box. So that should happen. I should review but the thing is, he's so politically charged right now, and even just reviewing of course we're to review Tech USA because Mike Lindell's a patriot and he just hates him. No, I thought his pillow was shit before. The Atari VCS review, I want to go balls deep in. But guys know eventually, but here's the thing. There's 2 reviews I have to get out this week. I have to get I got a Hisense sent me a 65-inch 120 hertz QLED TV or a mini LED TV to review. I actually have to set that up tomorrow and review that. And I got to review that Mini's forum PC, which I know I've not shut the fuck up about for the past, yeah, but DSP doesn't hate the quartering. He hates me. You know what I mean? So I'll eventually, but here's the thing. Someone sent me the tweet. I think it was Google Fish who sent me the tweet from the quartering. And again, I agree with him, which is the world's coming to the end because I'm starting to agree with the quartering on some things more. Which has been a whopping 2 out of his 8,000 bad takes. But he said one thing about the Vosh versus Charlie Kirk debate. He's like, "Are you planning on watching it?" And he wrote, "LOL, no," because both fanboys from each side are gonna think that their debater won and nothing's gonna change anyway. And he's 100% okay. He's 100% right. I mean, he's 100% right. Yes, Hobby, I'm okay. He's 100% right. That's the thing about I was going to have a debate with someone about the Amico, but you don't think that the press around it is bad? I think the press and what I've seen about it is bad. We're just going to agree to disagree. What is going to be accomplished with that? Like no prize is going to be won. Maybe like I'll have the I forgot the guy who wanted to come on. I actually am subscribed to his channel, but I just can't think of it right now. But maybe I'll have someone come on and like, okay, sell me. I won't even sit there and debate and argue, which the debate shouldn't be an argue. It should be a healthy discussion, but you get my point. Like, why are you so hyped for the Amico? What do you see in this console that you can't get anywhere else? What is... Like, I want to really see, like, when you peel off the layers, what is the true meaning of their excitement around it? And if it's a valid one, okay, cool. I just don't see it. And I think everyone saw that another delay was coming. HDMI 2.1, yes. Because, yeah, that's the thing around it, is that it could do 120 hertz. I'll find out everything else. I have a specs list. There are things. Even though it's not a paid video, it is not. They gave me a sample product, but it's not. You know, I didn't need another TV. I just wanted to review the TV. There's things they want me to mention, so fine, I'll mention them. Doesn't mean I'm going to say I love the TV if I don't. But there's things. Of course, I'll mention things. What does that say? Cornhole. They ruined cornhole. That is true. Cornhole has been ruined. We have ruined... Let me see Mrs. Buttergirth here. It's a good-looking cat. She does look like a box. I don't know. Intro guy just sent me a picture of his cat. She looks like she is a large kitty. She is like the nicest, friendliest, most talkative cat in the world, but she's large. Yes, the Amico is delayed again. I'll be talking about it tomorrow. And I'm probably going to have a title, let's just face it, the Amico is DOA, because it's true. It's not clickbait. People are going to get mad. I'm sure that people from Intellivision are probably going to mention me on Twitter and DM me. Names I won't mention. I'm sure you could put two and two together. But you are not... I just don't see... Okay, people have tried it, and they said it's more competent than you are led to believe. But there's just nothing there that's like... I mean, I know Pat the NES punk was really hard about Cornhole until they ruined it with the motion controls, which are barely motion... Now it's like you're just... It's like you're swiping on a phone to go left or right, and then you just flick. I don't know. Maybe I'll DM him and get some takes, things I can mention, but I just think the writing's on the fucking wall. I want the Amica. I want to be wrong. I don't what do I gain by a company failing? I gain nothing. This is why when people, and it's not even like I get like insane viewer, like, oh, you're just hating on it because that you'll get a bunch of, no, I don't. My videos get like 20,000 fucking views, which for my channel is not good. Maybe for David Pakman's channel, that would be real good per video. But for my video, that's not like, it's not like I talk about the Amico and it gets 400,000 views a fucking video. It doesn't. It doesn't. So I have no hat in this fucking race. I have no financial gain in this race. Me, like, why would I want to see a company fail? It does nothing for me. It's not like I'm invested in, I want the Amico to fail, LLC. And if the company fails, they're going to give me like $100,000. You know, if anything, more competition is a good thing. Have you heard the PS5 getting 3D audio support for TV speakers? I'm just not sure how that would work with only left and right speakers. One get out. What do you mean one get out? Yeah, I'm not sure how that will work too. They said there was another update with the PS5 wireless headset. I'm hoping maybe it doesn't need the fucking dongle on the actual PS5. That would be kind of fucking nice. But, you know. Google Fish is farting. All right. It's, man, I've been streaming for 3 hours, and my kids are here, and they're probably going to have me up at the ass crack of dawn. So I'm going to go to bed. I will be here tomorrow with videos. I already got plenty of content. Shout out to people who sent me some of this content, like Google Fish. I appreciate that. Turbo Express, I know you sent me some messages too. I just don't want to be swiping through my phone the entire time. I'm going to go get my hairy ass to sleep because, like I said, I'm sure my kids are going to be flopping in my bed at like 4 in the morning and waking me up. And I will be back tomorrow, tired but with more videos. And I'm going to have to set up a huge-ass TV because I have a time limit on when I got to turn around that video for. It's a big TV. I was going to actually get it installed, but as soon as I could get someone here, it was like August 20th, and that would be way too long. Have a good night. I'm going to shut the fuck up now. Why am I still talking? Good night.